Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Tonight we're doing a special one-shot actual play of the rather scary sci-fi horror RPG Mothership. Tonight we are playing Mothership. In a moment we'll go round and everyone will tell you who they are and who they're playing. Something to note before we begin. We have a fourth player tonight who is our air conditioning unit over here. It is 39 degrees in the UK. It's really hot. That's 102 degrees Fahrenheit for our American viewers.
Or about gas mark 4.
Gas mark 4. And consequently we have an air conditioning unit in the studio. Now, hopefully, because we're playing Mothership, this you can imagine as the background thrum of the engines and power systems, and in fact the environmental systems of the USCSS Conrad, which is the ship that you are the crew of on our one-shot adventure. However, before we go into our adventure, please don't forget to go and check out our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've got links below. We also have MeWe, Roger, obligatory laugh. We also have a Discord. We've got loads of people join up recently. We've gone over 100 members on the server, which is awesome. We've fought off troll attacks. We've got loads of channels on there talking about...
It just sounds like a roleplay thing.
It does sound like a...
It's fitting.
That's why it's fitting. And while I was in Scandinavia...
The trolls turned up and I hit them with a hammer.
This is true. And a big foot stepped on them. Thanks, Pat.
Is it real?
Yes. So our Discord is there. Go and check that out as well. Also, we have a Patreon. All of our lovely patrons who support us, thank you very much. We have named the crew of the ship after some of our patrons for this adventure. And in fact, we've just done a live episode, which you can go back and view if you haven't seen it, which aired on Thursday night in the UK and afternoon in the US, where we went through live character creation. I had made some little secret dockets about crew profiles, which I have given out to patrons on the Patreon. But patrons also get free maps, adventures, D&D content. There's a whole traveller setting in there which may interest you sci-fi fans. A D&D setting, and much, much more. Background to characters in our shows, and all kinds of things. So please go and check that out. Please consider supporting the channel. We're up to 45 patrons. We've got another one today at the time of filming. And we've got another goal at $200 a month to improve hardware again in the studio in terms of USB-C hubs for our cameras to improve the data stream bandwidth so we can go full 1080p video all the time, every time on our videos, which would be awesome. So please consider supporting the channel. All of you who do, you are awesome, awesome people, and most of you are on the Discord as well, and we have a great time with all of you. 10% of everything we receive from the Patreon goes to Diabetes UK, which is a cause that is close to the hearts of everyone in the crew. So please consider supporting the channel. We also have lots of other shows. We have On the Edge of the Emperor's Light, which is our Dark Heresy Warhammer 40k RPG show, which Roger and Mark are in. We just ended a D&D show, which Leon was in, to start up Flint and Steel Season 3. Leon is going to join that show, as is John, and Roger plays Bagric. Hopefully some of you know what we're talking about. We also have Vostok's Chance, which is our Scion RPG show, which we've just... time of film, we put up a new episode, so go and check that out. And we've got our Star Trek Morpheus show, which we are doing the final run on over the next couple of weeks. So over the next few Saturdays, you'll see the kind of conclusion to this series of Star Trek Morpheus, which we've been having a lot of fun in, and I'm a Cardassian science officer, which is great fun.
Best Left Buried.
The last one shot we did last week was Best Left Buried, which is a great dark fantasy horror game. We're doing a bit of a theme with dark horror games. Go and check that out as well. That's by Soul Muppet Publishing. Great fun. We did a live show for character creation, which I think will be the format for our one shots going forward. Yeah, we had lots of fun crawling down a little hole looking for Lord Edmund, who'd got lost in some horrible hole in the ground with moth bears.
Spoilers.
Which was a lot of fun. Anyway, so we are going to get on with our Mothership actual play, and as I said, we had a little live episode where we got our characters kind of assigned and picked, and some help choosing skills and things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around, starting on my left, and do a little intro of who we are, who we're playing, and maybe your physical description and your common knowledge for your character.
So I'm playing Blake. I'm a security officer on the ship. So Blake's physical appearance, physically very impressive, high muscle tone, lean and athletic, often carrying a pistol on duty. Bigger guns are available for bigger issues. He has a very large scar going down his left arm. And common knowledge that everyone knows about Blake, he served several tours with the Colonial Marines and the Outer System War. He's seen combat with two alien large animal species in his time.
So they were non-sentient, basically.
Yes.
They were like
animalistic.
Yeah.
And I saved the teamster and the crew from a nasty fight on Weaver Station.
I'm playing laboratory technician first class, Metzer. His physical appearance is distinctly average. Literally everything is average. From height, hair colour, weight, you name it. He often wears clean ship's overalls and has sensible glasses. And he's normally holding some piece of technical sensory equipment. The common knowledge about him is he's a high-performing intellectual and an expert in xenobiology, xenoarchaeology, but mostly from theoretical disciplines. And he's a bit nervous of disposition.
I am ship synthetic lifeform Birch. I am.
What kind of synthetic life form?
So I'm a repurposed prisoner. I still don't know what Zodem Artisan.
That's the
Devil
company
means.
that made you.
Okay,
Yep.
fine. Okay, so yeah, I'm a repurposed prisoner. So I'm an ex-human.
Plasticized.
I've been plasticized, like I've been laminated. Yeah. I have
The
puddles.
water just slides right off him.
There's a little seam. There's a seam.
Yeah.
Keeps him in mint
I'm like Super Ted. I can just unzip it. Yeah.
I love Super Ted.
And
Sorry, carry on.
I have a strange symmetry to my features. So I've been provided to the ship to help run systems while the crew take extended periods of cryosleep. Though I've not been operational recently, as there was a large corporate update to my BioWare. Norton Antivirus needed an update. Other antivirus software is available. I'm an expert in ship systems and studying various exotic energy signatures catalogued on the last 3 system scans.
Yes. And the other person on B shift, which is your shift on the ship,
The B team.
is Chief Engineer Strong. A tall, thin, with well-worn technician coveralls, hence the hat. Generally a layer of grease or other nondescript grime on face, hands and hair. Packet of company regulation Yayland Wutani cigarettes in the top pocket. Never seen far from a repair kit or tool belt. Saved the rickety systems of the Conrad on several occasions. And close friends with Captain Epscamp and Blake, Leon's character, above the others, but not in a kind of negative way. Okay.
Clicks.
So, I should probably do a little intro to the setting. Should I play the video? Should we put the video in here, the little intro video? So what I'm going to do now is we're going to play a short intro video, which is the ship's log that Captain Epscamp makes just before this session begins, and the ship's addendum on the end. So just enjoy this. Okay, so you are on board the USCSS Conrad. You are B shift, and it's 3 weeks from Weaver Station that you went into cryo sleep. Captain tucked you up in cryo sleep. Apart from
me,
not you, Birch. And the idea was that you guys had done the last rotation, looking after the ship. It's like a small 3-deck vessel. You've got cargo and sort of engineering systems on the bottom, on deck 3. You've got life support, cryo, and quarters on deck 2. And deck 1 is bridge and sort of system overview, sensors. There is a small. Let me get this right. Sorry. Ships. The ship has a light weapon, which is a
Death Star laser.
no. It is a
Catapult.
an autocannon that is there just to. It's more there to help you, like
Have more DACA.
blast away asteroids, debris, clear blast holes and things.
Is there a lab on board?
There is a small lab on the third deck between engineering and the cargo bay. So there's like a bit of a space for you and Isla. So what I should say before we start actually is Mothership, the sci-fi horror role-playing game, is, did I say this? This is from Tuesday Night Games. And you can get the Player's Survival Guide now. It's up for 2 Ennies, this book, Product of the Year, and Best Game. It's a great little book. It is 40-something pages, and the style is throughout consistent, and it really gets you in the mood of the game. They have an adventure called Dead Planet out, which is up for Best Adventure at the Ennies as well. So good luck to them at Gen Con, which is after this is released, unless you're watching it after Gen Con has occurred, in which case I hope they won. I voted for them, so go Tuesday Night Games, because this looks really cool. Anyway, the USCSS Conrad is a survey vessel. You guys have been doing surveys, and you are going to be getting home. The camera pans across the cryo chamber, and the ship's systems, unbeknownst to the rest of you, but to the viewer, are clearly fluctuating. And there is a dull red glow coming in through the open doorway. In the middle of the room, there are 4 cryopods in that kind of back-to-back formation that we are familiar with in the Alien movies. And there is a dim amber glow within them, apart from one of them. Sitting on the stool in the middle of the chamber, sort of between the doorway and the cryopods, is Birch, motionless, lifeless, and still. Slowly, systems wake up, and little computers with little green text scrolling along pop up next to Blake's cryopod, and the amber glow changes to a white glow. The correct amount of adrenaline and different concoction of drugs, and the system's powered down. The temperature rises, and you are revived. It's very foggy. You're just coming out of cryo sleep. You've done this before many times, though, but you are at disadvantage temporarily to rolls, and you are in your underwear, as we've seen in the films. You start just taking the little monitory things out of here, the feeder and all that kind of stuff, and you kind of slide out of the cryo tube onto the cold floor of the chamber.
Day in the corpse like a day on the farm.
You are momentarily freaked out by the fact that Birch is sitting lifeless in the middle of the room. Take 1 point of stress. It's dark. The room is dark. Normally, when you come out of cryosleep, these rooms are lit and warm a welcoming environment for you on this ship. You've actually enjoyed the awakening from your cryosleeps here much more than you did when you were in the Marine Corps. And it's a bit of a surprise to you that the ship is mostly dark from your perspective. You can see this room, there's computer panels on the screen, old 70s, 80s CFT monitors and stuff on the walls and all that kind of stuff. It's all dark. And through the open door, which is almost rectangular, it's kind of got the edges cut off, so it's got that little edge to it. The door is open, and there is like a faint red glow coming in, and you can hear somewhere distantly, but it's like it could be ringing in your ear, it could be tinnitus, it could be a bad dream. You're just woken up, and as you're standing there, the pod next to you, which is for Metzger, starts to cycle through. And next to your cryopod, there's a little cubby with like some water and a sachet of like nutrient juice kind of thing, human fuel, and which is food, but a liquid.
Emphasise it is food.
Yes. And you kind of pick that up and you start to have a drink of water and stuff, and you're feeling a bit dry.
Must be Mediterranean.
Metzger, the seal on your pod goes, and as soon as that happens for Metzger, you see Strong's pod start to open, and the amber turns to white, which indicates that they're waking them up. The temperature rises in the pod, but everything else in the room seems to be on low power or dead. You come to, and you kind of step into the room, and Birch is sitting on a stool in the kind of halfway between you and the doorway, sort of in a pose a bit like this, maybe head slightly to one side in a slightly strange way. Birch, your system is 97% updated, and it's ticking up, and then in a mere moments your BioWare upgrade, because you're a requisitioned prisoner, will be complete. Just enough time for these guys to get out of their quiet.
So I'm currently still offline.
You're aware of what's going on around you, but you can't do anything because your systems are upgrading.
Okay.
So, Blake, you are the first to rouse. What would you like to do?
Get dressed.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're going to go over to the cabinet where your clothes are kept. You open your locker, your cryo locker. Everyone's got one for when they get out.
Yep.
In there is some ship's overalls kind of things. You've got your personal effects. It's got your badge on the back. It's got your trinket and everything.
Yep.
And your firearm is in there.
Mm-hmm.
You are... Yeah. And now you're slightly more aware. You're still at disadvantage things, but you can hear this slight... There seems to be no systems on in here apart from cryo chamber. Metzger, you're now coming to and sort of stumbling out of your cryopod. You kind of go into all, your body starts to like just get up and get out, and you're like, oh, suddenly you're awake. And you can see Blake standing by the lockers, getting dressed. As he's getting dressed and he puts his arm into the thing, you see in the faint red light, he's got this large scar that goes, some savage creature basically tore you down the arm, but you've got a big scar that runs from your shoulder all the way down to your thumb, basically. And it's clearly been stitched up with someone who had more passion than time. And it's an old war wound.
Cool, alright. Oh. I hate this bit. Why is it dark in here?
You hear Strong getting out. Why are systems down? What's going on?
I just got up.
He points past you. Goes, check that screen over there. I'll check this. The the reactor must still be firing, otherwise our cryopods wouldn't be working.
I'm going to stagger over to my locker
Okay.
and start getting dressed. How did I end up in this chicken shit outfit?
Take a stress. Oh, no. Okay, Birch, your update completes, and you are all. Everyone make so surprise. This isn't going to really fuck you up, but everyone make, not you, the others make a fear save. So this is where we roll D100 and get equal to or lower than your fear save.
Just.
No. I got
Okay,
85.
take a point of stress.
Can you critically pass?
You can.
I rolled a 22.
I don't think you can go lower than 2 stress though.
I don't know, my fear is 25.
That's really good. So, the Birch sort of involuntarily kind of looks up, and it like freaks you out. Your history. You're like, ugh. Everyone make. What would the perception type thing be? Do we reckon? Would that be intellect?
Intellect, or well, I suppose intellect to notice something obvious. Speed in
Intellect's the
a
closest
in a
thing, I
rapid
suppose.
situation.
Okay, yes. So speed and rapid situation. This isn't a rapid situation. So, all 3 of you make intellect rolls.
Oh, I failed as well.
If you have anything to do with computers or
Yes.
computers will do, then you get the +10 to your
Oh, well,
skill.
I still failed.
You passed. Okay. So you're freaked out by Birch awakening, and you're running a quick check to
Still
make
booting
sure
up.
nothing is, been compromised. You look over and you briefly see a slight glitch on the screen of Strong's cryotube computer, and you're slightly confused by that.
I'm going to kind of sort of slinging on my overalls as I kind of walk over to it.
There
Go
was
and have a
starched.
look.
Okay, you go over and you're. Have you got computers?
No.
Just make an intellect roll then. You're sort of tapping away on it.
No.
Do you go over to the other screen?
Yeah. Well,
Everything is kind of a bit unresponsive. It's like someone from maybe engineering has powered down some systems, or maybe from the bridge. You're not sure. It could be either of those locations, but it seems that someone's powered down most systems apart from cryo. Gravity's still on, atmosphere's still on, but like ancillary systems, computers, anything that might draw much more power seems to be offline. You can hear now, all of you in the distance, a woo, 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 and a strange distant grinding. It's like very slight grinding noise. There is a red glow that is odd. You know that through the doorway there's a corridor with quarters. There's a kind of porthole where you can see out to the airlock to check it externally from this corridor. There's an airlock further around. So clearly something outside of the ship is casting a red light into the ship. There's just so you know, there's an airlock on each deck, so you can access the ship from each level.
Okay. Strong. You recognise that alarm?
That sounds like a airlock integrity alarm.
Is that serious?
Hang on. There's something. This machine is. He presses something, and the screen comes to life, and there's a short captain's log from Captain Maurice Epscan, and the face of a handsome, heroic man appears on the screen, and he looks tired. He's got a cigarette in his mouth. He's got his cap on his head. Regulation cap, he's in his coveralls. They look sort of stretched and a bit dirty and stuff. And he's like, Captain's log, we're 3 weeks out. We've just tucked up B shift. They're all ready to roll. cryosleep all the way home, and wouldn't you know it, we pick up some bloody emergency beacon. We're going to... Mother conveniently reminded me of our duty, so we're heading out there to get a closer look. Isla picked it up. I wish the damn guy wasn't so good at his job. I was hoping to just get home and see the family. But anyway, we will follow company protocol. Don't worry. Anyway, I thought I'd leave you a message. Blake, strong. Keep an eye on everything. If you wake up and we're not around, but really, hopefully, we're either going to wake you up to help us with a rescue and salvage operation, or we'll see you back at, Weaver Station. There's a problem with the airlock, starboard airlock on deck 2. We're going to check it out, but Wolf Shield and Upchurch. Anyway, this planet KC315, it's some sort of tidally locked moon around a gas giant. The guys are dubbing it Big Red. We're going to head over there and have a look. So we'll see what we can see. Hopefully, you won't need to see this log as per usual. And we'll just see you when we wake up. We'll have a beer and then we'll go to sleep. Maybe we'll get some sleep. Anyway, let's camp out. Thanks. You all hear that in the room.
We should wake the captain.
Yeah, so
Are
I'll
there-
head up to
is-
the bridge and see what A shift's up to. Unless no one's going on.
Are there anyone left in the cryopods?
No, the fourth cryopod is empty because B shift includes the android. If A shift are in the pods, then they'd take up all four.
He's strong. There's something up with the computer on your pod.
What? Oh, let me take a look. He goes over to it. Right, you're going to start heading up to the bridge.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Birch?
I'm going to check out this this warning siren that's going off.
Okay. That's in the nearby airlock.
Yeah.
So the two of you leave the room. So you're in the room with Strong.
Yeah.
And he leans down and he sort of...
Stood next to it.
and he kind of taps on the screen. And he's like... Looks... That's a bit odd. That's...
What's up with it?
He sort of points to you and you can instantly see that they've slightly adjusted the nutrient levels, oxygen levels, vitamin levels, electrolytes,
Yeah.
everything.
I've got biology and first aid,
So they've pretty much changed the mixture of cocktail that's been pumped into Strong's cryopod.
Okay.
And he's sort of scrolling through it and it looks like, although you guys have been in cryosleep for 3 weeks, he hasn't. Maybe he's been in cryosleep for... his system was interrupted temporarily.
Well, so it looks like they tried to wake him up.
Maybe.
Have you been awake since you went under?
No man, we all got in the pods and went to sleep.
Looks like they at least tried to wake you up.
It's just fucking Upchurch. Messing around with all the fucking systems on the ship. Guy hasn't got fucking... I'll tell you what, when we get back, that guy, I'm kicking him off the ship. He's a fucking waste of space. You guys can hear this as you're kind of going down the corridor. The rest of the ship is kind of dark. And it's very much the kind of grill flooring. So as your boots and feet are moving down, you've got that crung, crung, crung. There's conduit piping down the sides. And as you leave through the doorway, you can see this kind of triple thickness window that allows someone to inspect from this side the exterior of the airlock. And there's a similar one on the other side of the airlock. And further down the corridor you can see the airlock itself. And there seems to be a grinding noise. And there's a whoop, 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 whoop. Very faint. It's like a backup system warning you of something. And you head towards the airlock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bert, you head towards the airlock. Out the window as you pass, and you kind of catch a glimpse of it as well, you can see that you are in orbit of a giant a gas giant, a super gas giant, and this world has got vast eddies and swirling storms of deep shades of red. And it's a very foreboding colour that's coming in through the glass and sort of laying over you. And as you look at the skin job, it slightly freaks you out a little bit because of the red light in his eyes. You know, androids have that weird reflective thing, like in Blade Runner. Your eyes are like that, but red for a moment. But he's not done anyone any harm. He's just going to go and check out the airlock.
Yet.
And this world, you can see storms raging across it, lightning storms that must be the size of Earth, kind of rippling across through the clouds. Both of you make intellect rolls. I'm just going to check to see if there's anything in particular around, like a perception stat checks. Here we go. Let's have a look. Stat checks. 2. Back under pressure. Fighting. Okay. Cool.
25 passed.
Passed?
84, I failed.
Okay. So as you turn the different way to Bert. Bert walks down the corridor and
Bashes his head into something.
he's just focused on the airlock.
Yeah.
As you turn, you see, maybe from the deck above, that your airlock, there's a kind of extendable housing on these airlocks. You know, they can kind of bridge out so that they get clear of the
So you
ship's
can
body,
dock.
and you can dock. It's extended out, and it's extended and connected to another ship. And there is a ship in. You suddenly realise you are now not just in orbit, but you are possibly in the outer atmosphere of this gas giant, because there seems to be a red layer between you and this ship that you can see through the window.
Okay. Birch, come check this out. Now we're going to. We've docked with something. Are we... What's that red light? Are we re-entering?
See if you can. Have you got a mathematics, physics, science related skill?
I've got computers. I've got hacking. I've got mathematics, yeah.
Okay, make a mathematics roll to see if you can.
So this is intellect plus 10.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Lower than that.
No. Oh, 40, yes, sorry, yes.
It's hard to tell. You're clearly in the very outer reaches of a gas giant's atmosphere, so almost space. But it does look like there are layers of this gaseous, atmosphere moving slightly past your ships. Maybe you are
Within
moving towards the planet rather than
Okay.
moving away from the planet. It's very hard for you to get a
Well,
proper sense of it just looking out of a window.
I would surmise that this is Big Red. Perhaps the planet that Ebscamp was talking about in his log.
Okay. I'm going to shout. I'm gonna go, Strong! Get up here on the bridge with me! I'm going to...
You're gonna head up to the bridge. Okay, you head up to the bridge. You're back in the room with Strong, and he's like, "What the? This is fucking weird. Why would they? Maybe there was a problem. Maybe that alarm. Maybe they thought they might need my help, but couldn't resuscitate me properly or something. That's weird.
Possibly.
I mean,
Can I look at the
they clearly haven't got a fucking clue
at
what
the
they're
data
doing.
and compare it with my biology and first aid?
Make a roll with disadvantage.
Okay, so yes.
So this way you roll twice, and you take the worst
and
roll.
yes,
So you pass.
I pass. So I was almost
It
60,
could be-
67.
It could be what they've done. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know.
I don't know, I was looking for myself.
Oh, for your things. Nothing's been changed.
Oh, no, on his. I'm trying to work out what was done to him. I wasn't asking.
No, I'm saying
Oh, okay.
as Pete. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know medical jargon. Or,
Okay, right.
But it looks like what
Neither
they're
do
trying
I.
to do is kickstart his metabolism into hyperactivity, or his body to accept something, maybe resuscitation quicker. You know that these cryosleep chambers are often put into a cycle, and they're set to start and end
Can I
at a
scan
certain
him
time.
with my med scanner?
You may make another roll.
Is that on biology or first? I suppose it doesn't really matter.
Biology. You're scanning
Yes.
him.
Yeah, 29.
Okay.
him first, then the pod.
Okay, you scan him, and he looks like he has elevated levels of adrenaline, and his body is. He looks a bit thinner than he normally does, and his body is in a hypermetabolism state.
Do I have any idea what would cause that?
He's sweating, and it's not hot in here.
Do I have any idea what would cause that from my medical knowledge?
A vast array of drugs pumped into your body, some foreign entity, a virus.
So the med scanner
some
didn't pick up a
biological things.
virus or anything?
Not specific. No, not that you could detect. No.
If I took like a blood sample or something, would that help?
He's kind of looking at you a bit odd now. He tends to look at you slightly odd from time to time. And he's like, I need to go and help Blake up on the bridge.
Just checking you're okay, that they didn't mess anything up, because, you know...
Oh, I feel fine. I've got a little bit of a cough. A little,
You know, Upchurch
cryo cough,
and
but apart from
Wolfshield
that-
are, you know, they're both, let's be honest, idiots.
Well, we know that. I don't know why they've got fucking assigned to the ship and why I have to supervise these idiots. Luckily, this time I'm not on a sync shift, so it's okay.
Just come here, I just want to make sure. And then...
I'll tell you what, he's gonna make a sanity roll. Just to see if he thinks this is all, above board. With advantage, so it's not like, he's more likely to think that you're above board. Yeah, he's fine. So he comes over and he's like, yeah, sure, okay, just do it and I'll go.
Yeah,
I need to go and
I'll
help.
take the sample.
Okay,
And
Right.
then can I scan the pod?
sure. It takes you a while to take that and then
Yeah,
process
yeah.
it. So while you're doing that, Birch, are you moving down to the airlock?
Yeah, is Blake still...
He's headed. He's gone off. Military, boot heeled.
Do we have any comms or anything?
You have personal comms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you heading to the bridge?
When
to
you
go and-
when you put your coveralls on, they've got comms like a radio built into them.
Okay, so can I just comm to
You can
To-
turn your radio on.
Blake? Yeah, because...
You turn your radio on, and you hear, "Hello, hello, fucking hell, hello." And you recognise the voice of Upchurch. Hello. I saw some lights come on down through. Hello.
Upchurch.
I saw some lights come on.
Upchurch.
Birch.
Upchurch, I'm
Birch,
receiving.
Fucking hell, man! What the fuck's going on? I've been stuck in this fucking airlock for like 2 days. What's going on? Why the cycle? What's going on? They've gone on board this. We've got.
What? Who?
The ship keeps telling me we've got
stop.
63
Calm-
minutes
calm
to
down.
get out of the atmosphere.
Calm down. What are we docked with?
We're docked with the Pandora. It's another Yale Mutani ship. It's another survey vessel.
And why are we in the corona of this gas
This
giant?
ship. This is where we picked up the beacon of the ship. We've moved in. This is KC-315. Well, KC-315 is over there. You can't see where he's pointing, but clearly his point is over there.
Yeah.
He says, "This is Big Red. This is the gas giant it's orbiting."
Okay. Is anybody on board Pandora now?
I don't know. They've locked me in the fucking airlock. I didn't get on board the ship. I was coming on. There was a problem. They wanted me to see if I could wake up strong. I was trying something with the system. And then they've locked me in the airlock. The captain suddenly shouted something. I couldn't understand it down the radio. And from what I heard, though, Isla found something on their ship. They picked something up from. There was a log about Tannhauser Gate. Some world. I don't know.
Sea beans. Okay, stand by. I'm gonna come to Blake if I can.
So you've found the elevator's not working.
Okay.
But the good old rungs, you go up the usual entrance for you. You tend to go up this way anyway because you're a military guy in physical fitness. And you go up onto the bridge level, and there's a strange eeriness in here. Normally there's beeps, whirrings, systems moving. There's like a radar scan sweep like from the main bridge area. There's people moving about generally. There's this place is always like the hive of activity on the ship, and right now it's like almost dead. There's like a few screens registering things. You can see as you kind of move forward, there's the airlock. You kind of come into a hallway. There's an airlock to one side, the bridge is ahead, and then there's like a kind of meeting, conference, room with big TV kind of room. You know, where you go in and go, fuck man, what the fuck's going on? Kind of thing. And it's even got like a table screen, you know, that you might put architectural drawings on to discuss where the aliens might be coming in, that kind of thing. But the bridge, that room is dark. The airlock is active. You can see that it's connected to something, and you knew about this previously. And the docking tube has been extended. The bridge, there's a couple of lights going, and make a intellect roll. You can hear people shouting through, banging and shouting through the hull. Okay, so you can hear someone in the airlock. It's far away. You think your docking tube is extended, and it looks like the ship's docking tube is extended. So maybe in that part of it, they are banging on something, shouting something. I don't know if you've got your radio on. Did you pick that up? Will you have turned it on?
I'll say I'll turn it on now because
Okay.
I want to call someone because I can hear someone banging in the airlock. So let's bring that on.
As you do that, you also notice a figure in one of the seats on the bridge. In one of the seats. So you can see the back of like one of those big, robust, solid pilot seats that you kind of strap into and you can take G-force. Someone's in it and their head is like to the side, slumped out.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to check if they're okay.
Well, you turn your radio on and you hear Upchurch going, fucking hell, man, get me out of the... Look, they've locked me in the airlock. I don't know what the hell's going on. You're now all on communication. You kind of... After you kind of hear this going on, you all click on your communication. Strong's like, oh, fucking Upchurch, shut the fuck up. Blake, I'm heading up to the bridge. I'm coming up. So hold tight. Birch, just do what you normally do, okay? Come on, let's go.
Can we get some more of these systems online?
Well, we can either do that from the bridge or engineering. And Blake's already up on the bridge. Maybe you want to check out engineering. Go down through the cargo bay to engineering.
Wouldn't you be better off doing that?
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll come with you. Blake seems to got everything up control up there.
Blake, I'd like you to find Epscan.
You might no. And actually, Blake and Strong are generally on the B shift, kind of dually in control, kind of in different situations. And Strong says to you, "Look, I know engineering. There's the airlock up there and Upchurch locked in. They could probably use your help. You're at least competent."
Well, that's true.
I'll sort out engineering. You go up to the airlock.
Alright, yeah, try and get systems back online.
You at the airlock on level 2. Okay, you get to the airlock, and a strong but small cargo container, like something you might put something fragile but small in, like a bio sample or something, is wedged in between the two airlock doors, and
Inner
on the
or
floor,
outer?
the inner ones.
Right.
The outer one is closed, and there's just space outside. You can't, and it's just going doom, 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 and it's this noise.
The doors are
Is the
attempting
doors
to close.
attempting to close on this box, and there's from inside the airlock. There's a little whoop, whoop, whoop. Inner door, not closed. Inner door, not closing. Inner door, failure. It's just saying. It's very low. It's only if you're in that chamber would you hear the words. But you see now, when you look through the big windows of the airlock, you can now see above you and beyond this other ship. It's fairly similar to your vessel. Just to give you all a brief description of it. Again, 3 decks, similar layout, and in fact, the Pandora was a ship that went missing. It was sent out surveying for alien life, much as your ship was, and reports came back to the corporation that in a particularly there was reports of large ion storms in an area, and then there were no more reports from the Pandora, so it was assumed that the ship was lost. That's the report that you got. Some of you, from your backgrounds that I've given out, may have different information about that, or may know that that's not the truth, potentially. We're playing a Mothership game, but I trust all of you to keep your in-character and out-of-character knowledge separate. I've given everyone these little documents that tell them a little bit of secret information and their personal goal. As I said, the patrons have got those. So, you can see now out through the window.
So this is the airlock that Upchurch is in.
No.
Oh, this is a
He's in
different
the airlock on the bridge level.
Oh, I see.
Yep. That's been extended out. So you can see now this extended tube. And the Pandora is actually inverted. And your bridge level is attached to their bridge level. But it seems to be further into the atmosphere.
Okay.
Upon hearing the whole kerfuffle with Upchurch,
Do you want me to draw you a little picture?
I've just
Oh, you've done it.
one
Okay,
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
perhaps we should leave him in there. There might be a reason.
Are you on the radio when you say this?
Yeah.
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 Fucking Metzger, you fucking weirdo! Let me out of the fucking airlock.
Upchurch regulations won't allow us to open the airlock, I'm afraid.
Birch, I don't give a fucking shit about regulations.
And that's
I have
why
been
you're a
stuck.
technician.
I have shit in the corner of this airlock. I have been in here for days. I need to get out of this fucking room. I'm going fucking mad. Let me out now.
Look,
I'm sorry, Upchurch. I'm afraid I can't do that.
better minds than yours disagree with you. You should stay in there until we've decided
Fuck
why.
you,
Blake,
Look,
Blake.
you fucking superior assholes. And since look, Blake, man, Blake. I need
Upchurch, I'm
to get out
disabling
of
your
here,
comms.
please. I need to get out. Are you going to try and disable this?
Yeah.
Okay, right. How are you gonna do this?
I have hacking at trained to expert level.
Okay.
Can I?
So you're going to try and do it from the airlock communication system that you're standing in front of? So you have disadvantage because it's going to be hard. There's minimal power in the airlock. Seems that the airlocks have been maintained in a minimal fashion. As this is all going on, you walk across the distance between you and the figure in the chair. And you can see there are some monitors along one side which are security cameras. You're very familiar with these. You often use them to check, what the people are doing on the ship. No one's misbehaving themselves, like Upchurch and Wolf Shield smoking in the cargo bay and all that kind of stuff. You're only smoking your personal quarters because they've got the ventilation systems capable of dealing with it, unless it's a stressful day and the captain lets you off and they turn the scrubbers up. Anyway, you can see that these are on. Low power to the system. There's no kind of sense data, it's just visual. So it's just the cameras, not the heart rate monitors, infrared and all that kind of thing. It's just visual cameras. And you can see the airlock, you can see Metzger, you're heading up.
I'm heading towards
Yeah.
the bridge.
You can see the interior of your own extended airlock, and you can see pressed against the window at the far end is Upchurch, like fucking, he's shouting and screaming. You can hear him at the moment. Make a roll. Did you pass your hacking? Oh!
16.
Suddenly his screams are cut off as Bert says, I'm disabling your... but you're only momentarily distracted by this. As you approach, you see that the figure on the thing, what you thought was some kind of part of the ship's system, some sort of stanchion or light fitting or something, you actually realise is something inserted into the figure's head. And as you approach, it's very dark in here. Yeah. There's just a red light coming in, and you've got this kind of silhouette. You can see the ship to one side as you approach. It's the cockpit area, this bit. You can see the ship. It's an inverted copy of your ship, like a strange mirror version, and you're docked to it. And you can see now the great curve of this gas giant, and ever so slightly it's filling more of the screen. and you can see that there is in front of this person, as you approach, there's a muted screen, and there seems to be a flashing countdown, and it says 61 minutes. Sitting in the chair in front of you, as you approach, you recognise that from their size and shape, it's Wolfshield. He's a big chap, big engineer, and there seems to be some sort of wrench protruding from his head.
Holy shit.
Take a point of stress. Oh no, make a fear, rationalization, sanity. Make a sanity roll. Ooh,
I equaled it.
you passed. Okay, so you're like, oh man, this reminds me of when we were back on What's Its Face and people went crazy. This is clearly a tool. This is, and it's a Yale Mutani standard issue like power wrench kind, thing. What almost freaks you out for a moment is clearly someone has bludgeoned Wolfshield in the face, but Wolfshield's face looks slightly strange. It looks like it's decaying or falling in upon itself. There's like a black necrotic tinge around the wound and a feathering of light traces. You kind of got this red light. It's monochromatic, so it's hard for you to kind of see what's going on. As you kind of get closer and you kind of go around, not touching, obviously you're not stupid, you kind of move around and look at him. He's like in a look of agony. It's sitting in the chair, massive wound to the head, and this kind of necrotic black feathering around the wound.
On the comm. I'm just gonna. Guys, Wolfshield's dead. Looks like he's been hit in the head with a wrench. Metzger, I need to get up here and check him out quick. I'm on the bridge.
As you say that, Metzger, you come running up. Right. You don't see them die. Make a sanity roll.
Me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, 10.
You pass. Okay, so you don't take. Okay, no, you take a point of stress, but you don't. Every time the ship gets hit, get knocked unconscious, do something. No, actually, it's a panic roll. But you rolled
I rolled a 10.
Yes, you're fine. You rolled a 1 and
So I don't take stress.
You rolled a 1 and a 10, so you rolled 11, which is over your stress, so you don't panic. Okay, you see Wolfshield as described with this strange necrotic detail on his face. Birch, you're down in the airlock. You've cut off the thing. Do you want to remove the container from the airlock so it's not?
I'm gonna kick it in to the airlock.
Okay, so you're going to go in. Oh,
hang on, it's on the inner door, isn't it?
So it's on the inner door. If you kick it in, it will go into the airlock.
Yeah, and then the door will close. Yeah, I'm going to do that because we don't know what's inside, and we don't know. Upchurch was saying some peculiar stuff about what was going on the Pandora.
Yeah.
So we can open the airlock door later if we need to. So I'm going to kick it in and allow the door to close.
You kick it in. As you kick it in, you're about to comm through on the radio. No, you just kick it in. It's fine. It shuts. And Strong comes through. Hey, someone put something in the airlock down here to stop it from opening and cycling, so that only one airlock could be used, or only the airlocks above here could be used. I don't know if that means anything. I'm just checking out power systems. It's going to take me 10 minutes to get things probably back up or check through cycle cycle diagnostics and but I'll give you updates as I go. I've taken it. There's like a reinforced box in the airlock. I've taken it out and the alarm's shut off.
Okay, thanks, Strong. Yeah, try and get the powers going up and cut back on the smoking, eh?
Yeah, that'll be a chance. Will be a fine thing. You hear him kind of.
Blake, can you secure the airlocks? We don't want anything coming in.
From here.
They clearly tried to block those airlocks being used. Can we just lock them?
Do you think that was the purpose? I mean,
Possibly.
the one up here is open, Upchurch is on it.
I know, but for some reason...
Your airlock outer doors won't cycle unless someone in the ship allows them to. It's like a...
Oh, so there's got to be someone on board.
Generally, or someone who's got the remote access
Yeah,
to like
can
signal.
we stop remote access?
So, the captain, if he's on board the Pandora with remote access, could say, beep, beep, beep,
There
beep.
must be a reason that this has been done.
Yeah, okay. We'll go and check the captain's logs.
Am I missing something with that
can-
scout? Do we?
Can
we
we
don't
raise,
know where he is.
Can
We
we
don't know
raise,
where he is.
Can we raise the captain on the radio? Can we hail the Pandora? See if anyone's on board.
So I'm trying to get all the power back on and everything. I've got Upchurch screaming in the airlock right now, and I've just found out Wolf Shield's dead. Okay, so you focus on Wolf Shield.
Are you're on the radio now with...
He's in the room.
No, no, I'm sitting next to him.
Strong's on the radio now.
No,
He's
I'm
like,
on the radio.
okay, you're not on the radio, you're in the room. Okay.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Do we have
So
any
you
private
check out Wolf
comms?
Shield, okay? Yeah, fine.
It's a
I'll lock
radio-
out
it's a
the airlock so
radio
no one can
thing,
get in,
really.
and
You're
then
not-
I want to check the
it's not-
captain's logs. So we need to work
You're
out
not
what's
spared
going
that
on.
expense.
Okay.
Birch, what are you doing?
I was.
And I want to lock out the airlocks if I can from here. So
Okay, well, as you're talking, you see that clearly Strong is working his magic. He's good at what he does. And some of the screens are popping on. Your radar pings on. Your ship-to-ship communications pings on. Sensor systems look like they're reinitiating, and it'll take a few minutes for them to kick in. You haven't got propulsion, and some of your lab systems off, things like that. But you seem to have radar and ship-to-ship communication,
okay.
which he obviously thought would be more useful for some reason.
Okay, I bioscanned Wolf Shield.
Your bioscanner is telling you something strange and impossible. It's like it's not built to understand what it's reading. So it's going, error. No. You clearly check what you're scanning and start again. That kind of helpful instruction.
I'm going to cover my mouth with something from my Medi-Kit type thing.
Yep.
Like a mask. And I'm going to use my diagnostic scanner to do a chemical analysis.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll on chemistry.
Okay. Go for it.
37, yes. I have
Okay.
chemistry.
There are some fairly well-known elements in there that you can kind of think, but there seems to be some exotic
Unknown element.
As you're interacting with it, with the energy coming, because obviously your scanner gives out a bit of energy, brings something back, it's kind of a rebound thing to kind of check things. You notice a change in it. He's clearly dead, but
Something's
you
happened.
notice a change in it, and you notice in a fear check the wrench in his head move out almost imperceptibly, like something is pushing it out of the wound of his head.
Fail.
Okay, so take a point of stress. So
Do I see that happening?
no, you're too busy doing
Okay.
the other stuff. But you need to make a sanity check because you found something that is like outside of your explanation.
Yeah. I'm fine.
You're fine. Okay.
Because that's rolling more than stress, yeah?
Lower than sanity. Your saves.
Oh, yeah, 40, so I'm fine, 34.
Okay, cool. So you're like, oh yeah, this is exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for out in the big wide wonder. I'm looking for this kind of thing. You, however, are like, shit, dead bodies don't do that. That's freaked me out.
Yeah.
You know that in the side room where the big screen is and the big thing, there's also a weapons locker. But you have your sidearm with you. So you're like, ugh. Should we have a panic? No, it's not. It's not enough of a panic. Birch, what are you doing?
While this has been going on, I've been making my way to the bridge to join these guys.
Okay.
I think what we probably need to do is cryo back online, or is it?
Cryo is not offline. It's never been offline.
Right, okay.
So the 4 cryo chambers are fully functional and there.
I think we need to get Wolf Shield into a cryo tube because whatever this is that's happening to him, I think we need to contain it.
pretty sure Wolfshield's dead, and Cryo's not going to save him now.
Well, saving him is not my intention. I'm trying to avoid contamination of the rest of the ship of whatever this.
Cryotubes are very good for quarantine. Well,
Yeah.
people are often put in them when they're ill, like Marines and stuff. If they get some sort of horrible disease, they're often stuck in
I think
a
Birch
cryotube.
is right. There's an unknown element in there.
Okay,
Whatever
fine.
it is, it's not something we understand.
This is strong. You guys should have like comms and some stuff. I'm just trying to get the propulsion systems online. It looks like they've kind of done something to make sure we can't turn them on. I don't understand it. Like someone's messed about with it. Maybe they were worried that being docked to this other ship, we don't want to like counter thrust. But from what I'm seeing down here, we're in a decaying orbit. You guys, as he says this, you all look down. You can see now this counter on the screen in front of Wolfshield says 57, 56 minutes. We're going to slip into like the upper ionosphere, which is like highly charged, and it's not a good idea.
Okay, Strong, I'm going to need to work a bit harder then on getting our propulsion system back
He
online.
seems to be coughing heavily.
I think you need to go and check him out.
I've taken some blood for analysis, but
Your analysis is kind of processing.
like I plugged it into
You
the
plugged
thing.
it in and it's running because
Okay.
it takes a while for.
Okay, yeah, the
blood-
analysis
blood
is running.
checking and everything.
Okay.
But you're
we could
right.
Be, we could be dealing with a contagion of some kind here.
You're right. That I've got my mouth covered at this point.
Yeah.
By the way, wearing a mask. Yeah, we should put him. Can you carry him? And put him into cryo.
The ship's log system comes on.
Okay.
As it comes on, the screen comes on, you realise that there's blood on it. You just didn't notice because the room's bathed in red and the screen was dark. You can now see that there's kind of a
Handprint.
like some fingers have
Okay.
graced the surface, like
Smear.
trails. Yeah.
Okay. I want to see if Wolfshield's hands are bloody.
Okay, pick his hands up. How? You're going to pick him,
Are you
Touch
actually
him?
going to move over towards him?
or are you going to look
I
at his
just want to
hands?
look at his hands.
Okay, right.
'Cause if they
Have
come
you got
with
a
blood,
flashlight
I'm
or
gonna
something?
I don't know.
Any kind of tool?
A
You
light
could just
phone?
the light of a tool.
I've got an
Well,
electronic toolkit. So
Well,
there's a
that's
small
fine.
torch
So
in
there'll
there.
be a light. There'll be a torch in there.
Yeah, okay,
So
so-
you pull out a little torch,
Yeah.
and you go down and you look at his hands. His left, sorry, where he's sitting. His right hand is bloodied. His left hand, his fingers are all 1 centimetre shorter than they should be, end in a perfectly flat surface, and are black and crusted.
Okay.
But it's just kind of inert there.
Yeah.
As you're watching, make a sanity roll.
15 passed.
Okay. No, that didn't move. The little black stuff didn't move. It's a trick of the light.
Yeah.
You know when you're in a stressful situation, sometimes your mind can cook things up and you put it down to that.
Okay.
Okay, so you're now in the bridge?
Blake, I think in the absence of EPSCAP, you should consider taking command of the Conrad. This is a situation that needs someone with a cool head in control, and I think that you should consider taking charge until we can at least determine where EPSCAP is.
Yeah. Thanks, Birch. Can you take him down to the cryotube on Metzger's recommendation?
Is it safe for me to do that? Am
For you
I
to do what?
sufficiently plasticized that whatever this is isn't
You haven't got-
Is he strong enough to lift the person?
He's strong enough to... You'll be able to carry him.
Okay.
You haven't got a fucking clue.
Have we got like any
course,
like
yeah.
tarp or something?
There are materials and things that you could wrap him up.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to have to touch him to put him into the tarp, so...
Well, no. We'll put the tarp on him then.
Oh, I see, yeah.
There is less... Everything seems to be about his hands or his head.
Right.
So you figure that if you wrap something around his feet, and alright, he may bump his head a bit, but hey,
He's already got a wrench in it.
He's dead already. You could probably drag him out.
Yeah.
Do you want to lift him or drag him?
Are there like any?
I'd prefer to lift him, because I don't want whatever this black residue is being dragged across the
Are
floors,
there
so...
like gas masky type things or breathers?
There are breathers, yep. They're actually in the bridge, there are like emergency, like in an airplane.
Yeah,
kind
but I
of
mean like
pop down.
portable ones.
Yes, they pop down, but you pull them on, and they've got a little. Like,
Okay,
I've got a rebreather.
Does he breathe?
no,
Okay.
Oh,
you've been plasticized to such an extent that
extensively plasticized.
you don't breathe and metabolize.
I'm just going to
well.
press a button to like have some drop, and I'm just going to hand one to Blake and say, "Put this on." We don't know what that is.
Okay, on his recommendation. I'll put an ask on. I want to check the latest log.
Okay. The latest log is the captain.
That's the one we saw, isn't it?
No.
That was at the beginning.
That was
of
the
Okay.
beginning, and that was kind of the usual thing left for people in case something bad happens and you wake up in quiet.
Okay.
Oh man, he's like, oh man, that was bad. That was bad. I don't know. That ion storm in the upper atmosphere. That's mental. We've approached. Captain's log. Captain Mothership camp of the USCSS Conrad. We approached KC-315. Isla was able to detect that, in fact, the ship was in orbit of the gas giant near the planetoid as we approached. We are approaching, and there's some serious ion storms in this atmosphere that nearly took out one of the thrusters. The guys are on it. I've got Upchurch looking into an emergency resus for Strong in case there's any problems. Those guys are fucking idiots. Isla and I, we're going to dock. We've tried to con the ship. We haven't had any response. Mother has informed me, and you know that there's a mother chamber on the ship. Mother has informed me again of our contractual obligation to help rescue and salvage operations for other Yola-Mutani vessels. I'm well aware of that. I advise ship designers in the future and anyone who works on the code for Mother to please, you don't need to remind me, I'm the fucking captain of the ship. I know the protocols inside out. Just cut that out. We're going to dock with the ship. We're going to find out what's going on. This is bad. No one's talking to us. We can't pick up any weird signals from the ship. There's like an energy signature in their cargo bay and some odd life signs. We're going to, against my better judgment, but Mother's insistence, Isla and I are going to go aboard and see what we can see. Upchurch is in standby in case we need support, and Warshield's staying on the ship. But actually, I don't know. Hang on. Let me think about this. Wolfshield's better. Yeah, Wolfshield's better with ship systems. Upchurch is better with the cryo. Okay, Upchurch is staying on the vessel. Wolfshield's in backup. Right. Anyway, let's hope these fuckers are sleeping or something, and we're going to get over there and they're having a surprise party for us. When I get back, I hope that someone in the company tells me what the fuck the Pandora were doing out near wherever it was. Anyway, Captain's log, signing out.
Right.
Did we all hear that?
You're all in the room?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I'd
You're bundling him up.
Right,
No, you're
okay.
bundling him up as that's going on. Did you turn the radio on so Strong could hear that, or is it just the three of you?
That was just the three.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably would have just literally been playing.
Yeah.
Sure. That's cool.
Right.
He looked tired, knackered, but you've seen him like this before, 3 weeks stuck on the ship with Wolfshield and Upchurch will do that to you. They're whingy bastards and they don't want to really do much work, and the ship is, within the minimum threshold parameters, so systems are a bit shaky here and there, so it needs constant vigilance.
How old was that message?
That was a couple of days old.
Someone needs to go check out Upchurch because Strong's probably going to need his help bringing systems up online if we're heading down towards the planet. I'm going to hail the other ship.
But
and
we
see if
don't
the
know
captain's
why
still
I
on
should
there.
remind
in
you,
there.
we cannot allow him out of the airlock. We
Yeah,
can consult
the
through the
ship-
comms, but we can't.
Hey,
I appreciate that,
this
but
is
the
Strong.
ship is sending in orbit.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. This is Strong. Do you want... I'm getting backup environmental ready, or sensors. What do you want first? Bearing in mind, if we don't have backup environmental and something happens, like an airlock blows, we're fucked.
I think you just made the decision for us there, Strong.
Okay, cool. Right, well, still, it's 5 minutes for both, so... What? I mean... I know we've got some time, but if you want me to sort propulsion first to get out of... But we tear the airlock... Anyway. Whatever.
Do backup
It's up to you.
environmental.
Okay. The three of you are standing in the room with Wolf Shield dead in the bundle that you're wrapping up. You wrap up and you're taking them out of the room. Is there anything you want to say to them as you're leaving the room?
I don't think we should. I know Strong said that we can tear the airlock off if we need to get away, but I think before we leave, we need to know what's going on Pandora. Not least because, as far as I can tell, Epscamp isn't here.
Yeah, I agree. The captain.
So we need to need to either get over there or we need to access ship systems on the Pandora
Well, first things first, let's try the comms
to the Pandora.
to the Pandora.
Yeah.
Yeah, Strong
Okay,
radio working
you,
again.
I'll come with you to open up the cryo and get that ready.
Okay.
If you want to try and
So you guys go
Patch
down
through.
to the cryo chamber, and this will take you a little while, but you go down there, you've got him all wrapped up. Let's have... Well, you know, what, you're trying to be careful, try not to drip any goo anywhere.
well, I'm just walking.
I know, however, it's precarious, so we're going to need a roll from Birch.
Okay.
And I think this is going to be a strength roll
Okay.
with advantage, because it's not hard. You know, you've wrapped him up and you've got him. You want to make sure as you're going downstairs, you've got to go down the rungs and things. So it might be precarious. You might drip stuff. You might get it on yourself.
So the advantage is I roll
Twice?
I roll
And you
twice
take
and take the best,
take
or the
the best.
lowest.
Lower
Right,
number.
okay. Well, I passed anyway.
Okay, cool.
So
Right, so
I got 40 and then 99. so-
okay, well, you didn't want the 99.
Thanks, advantage.
As you climb down the rungs, it drips in your mouth. No.
That's just nice.
So you carry him down and put him in the cryo chamber, the one that...
Yeah, I'll
None
have
of you
I'll
really.
have pre-prepped it.
Okay, cool. And you see that takes you a few minutes. Right, you're on the bridge, Blake, and you're going to do ship comms?
Yeah.
Okay, right, you
Try and
comm the
hail
ship,
the
and you go...
Liberate tutum ex inferis.
Not quite. You think, from your previous experience, there's some sort of very strong power signature that's just overpowering some of the systems in the ship, and it's like a really bad feedback. Yeah, at the first it sounds like something horrible and alien, but you realise it's an electronic feedback that's coming through the system, and there must be something on the ship that's kind of giving off a lot of energy or something, and it's overpowering the ship systems.
Okay. Hold on, radio to Birch. Okay. Birch, I need to talk to Upchurch. Can you reactivate his comm?
Affirmative. Can we do that from where I am?
You can do that. It's fine.
Once you're done.
Fucking!
Upchurch, just Blake, shut up.
What the fuck?
Right, I got a question for you. So, Isla and Exxon went across to the Pandora,
Yeah.
yeah? And Wolf Shield was left in control of the ships and you were on standby to go across?
Wolfship was going fucking crazy, man. It's not my fault. Wolfship was going fucking
Well,
crazy.
well, it's not your fault.
Well, you're on the bridge. I
Why didn't you
didn't.
tell me what happened?
Look, man. Look. I was left in backup. And Wolfshield said something weird was going on the ship. He came back through the airlock. And the dude, the guy, man, I've known Wolfshield for like 20 years. But he was fucked. In his face, he had this weird shit on it. And he just tried to go for me. I just had to... His hand, he had a weird fucking hand. He like grabbed me all over my face. Touched, like his finger went in my mouth. It's disgusting. It like tastes like... I don't know, like the grave. It was horrible.
Did you kill Wolf Shield?
He goes quiet.
Upchurch, talk to me, man.
It was self-defense, man. Self-defense. Surely you understand that. The guy was trying to kill me. Look, if you open the airlock, I'll show you my defensive. He hurt me. I can show you the wounds. Like, seriously, I can show you the wounds.
Hearing this, I'm going to be making my way very rapidly to him.
Upchurch, how long were you on? How long were Epscampen, Isla, and Wolfshield on the Pandora before they came back?
Well, the captain and Isla were there for like an hour.
So we've got an incubation time of potentially 1 hour on whatever this is.
What? They called Wolfshield over, and then like comms went down, got weird feedbacks through the rate. It was like really odd. I don't know. I've lost track. To be honest, I've lost track of fucking time. I've been stuck in this airlock for like 2 days, and you know I'm running out of oxygen. The system is like low power. There's no secondary environmental backup, and the air is getting thin in here, man. I'm like nearly hyperventilating. It's like, look, please, just let me out of this fucking airlock. These four walls are driving me, man. Oh, please, let me out.
Environmental backup will be on shortly. I will say very matter-of-factly.
Has anybody actually eyeballed Upchurch yet?
You've like seen him down the corridor, like pressed against the window, but not like in a way that you've like gone down the airlock to check him out.
Okay,
I am hurrying. How long would it take me to hurry?
Not long. You hurry up the flight and get there.
As well as the gas, is there a hazmat suit or something on board somewhere?
There are void suits, so you can put on like a space suit.
Okay.
On arriving, I will kind of do that
you've
to Blake to signal to like turn the radio off.
Okay, so I'll sub radio.
Okay, oh please, but
we've got to get Upchurch in. But
no, he's infected.
yeah,
Whatever
the
that
ship has to move away. We can't leave someone in the airlock.
whatever that was is in him.
He's for 2 days.
I think we can estimate an incubation period of 1 hour, given that Wolfshield came back after an hour, and this is what it did to him. Presumably, we would know by now.
Look, he said that whatever was wrong with Wolfshield was in his mouth. The risk of infection is severe. I'm the scientist here. That's how it works. Any disease like that.
I like it.
Well, I won't kiss Wolfshield if you don't.
Having him in here could be bad for the air, let alone anything else. That's why
we're already exposed then, aren't we? We've all been around Wolfshield.
Briefly, and that's why we're wearing rebreathers. I will run some tests on us. We can't let him in. It's too dangerous.
We have to get him in, even if just a quarantine.
Potentially, but not yet. That's not our biggest priority.
Unfortunately for you, just as a point of note, your ships are docked inverted. So in your current status, you wouldn't be able to get onto the Pandora unless you went EVA, or you went through your current dock, because your other docking levels aren't lined up.
Yeah, that's fine.
I may have a potential solution. Does your lab have any kind of quarantine facility?
Your lab's not
Probably
powered
not.
at the moment. Then no. Your cryo tubes are basically your only quarantine option.
No, we would have to get him into
Why don't I go into the airlock, put him in an EVA suit, and then we can bring him in.
Yeah. And we'll put him in cryo.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
You can seal this end.
Can we
and then go into the other end? You can't access the cameras in the Pandora's airlock, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put strong. Can you
Yep.
increase the air filtration?
I can turn the scrubbers on like full power. They generally run about 30%, but I can turn it up.
Do it.
Okay. Hang on. You should have like main sensors. I've nearly got thrusters going.
Keep it up.
It's about 50 minutes.
Can I tell how long is left on my analysis of his blood?
Probably another 5 minutes. It's
Okay.
it's like you've got fairly simple kit.
Okay.
That Yellow and tiny.
Okay. The scrubber's maximised and the suit will minimise the risk.
He coughs down the line as you're talking to him.
Crazy.
I'm concerned that something is wrong with him.
Nah, he's fine. He'd say something. Right. Metzger, could you at least just give Upchurch a quick visual examination through the glass?
Sure.
And you want to go get a hazmat suit for
I'm
him?
going to go get the EVA.
Okay.
I'll
That's
explain to
they're
Upchurch.
in the airlock.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's like a
Of
locker
course,
with
of
a.
course. Yeah.
Unlock
Or he
that
can put it
one
on himself
airlock so
then.
we can access it, because I know you locked them.
You don't know if
Yeah.
there's one in the Pandora's airlock.
And
Oh.
give me control of that one. I can make the assessment from
Are you
our
going to
side.
talk to him? Are you going to? So you're going to go through into the tube.
So I'd like Metzger to just visually look at him.
Okay.
I'm
You're gonna have to
explain
go
Upchurch that
into
he's
the
gonna
tube.
have to stay back.
It's like
If
a
he moves-
moving
if he
moves,
structure.
well,
that
Can
you
we,
walk
not,
along.
can we not have him go, give him the suit, and then have him come to the
So
edge of the airlock
let me-
door? So
let me,
I'm stood
uh,
inside our
Can
airlock.
I thought
yeah.
it was...
So there's your airlock. There's an extended tube.
Yeah, so
And there's a mirror on the other side.
yeah,
there's a halfway
tube,
point.
door.
No. It's effectively two doors and two tubes that have met. in
Oh,
the
so
middle.
they've extended towards each other?
Yes.
And which airlock is Upchurch in?
So is
The
he in
Pandora's,
the
Pandora?
Pandora.
Oh, he's in the Pandora's
Yes,
airlock.
he's in the
Hence the
Pandora's
reason why we
airlock.
don't
Which
know
is
Why
that
I
they've
can't
got.
see him on the camera.
Oh, so
Right.
so could he get into the Pandora from where he is?
You gonna ask him?
Upchurch, do you have access to the Pandora?
I'm not going in there.
That's not what
Why?
I asked.
I'm not going in there.
Do you?
I'm not going in there.
Well, then
Why?
stay in the airlock.
Why won't you go in there?
This fuck. What the fuck? They Wolfshield came out with this shit on him. Well, I haven't heard from Epscamp or Ayla in like days. There's like, man. There's like.
Upchurch, why didn't you go look for the captain on the Pandora?
He starts sort of sobbing a bit. He's like on the very edge of his nerves.
Okay, Upchurch, come on. We're going to bring you in.
Thank fuck.
But you got to listen to me
man.
carefully, okay?
Thank fuck this. Oh man, my tongue is numb.
You're under quarantine.
Oh, man.
protocol, Okay,
Qua-
Birch is going to come into you with an EVA suit.
Whatever. That's fine. You can put me in a cryo tube. That's cool. I'm cool.
Okay, this is important. I need you to stand
You can
away
hear
from
him
the
stop.
airlock door. You can't come rushing into the ship, okay?
Okay. I'll
Okay.
stay back.
Upchurch, if you attempt to access the ship before you're in the EVA suit, Blake will shoot to kill.
What the fuck? Fucking hell, man! I won't do that.
Upchurch, you want in on the ship or not?
I won't. I do. I'll get in the EVA. He's going to make a sanity roll. He may actually make a panic check. He's quite stressed.
Consult the panic table.
Oh,
Okay,
we need
so
to get to the
you're
big
going to go
room.
down. So you open your airlock.
Is Birch ready?
Yeah. So I assume
case
you're
he
getting,
tries to rush
you're
our
getting-
airlock.
So you're getting everything ready, right? You open your airlock. You're going to go down to the end of the tube, and there's like a very simple but secure locking thing on the other end. It's got like exterior gantry arms, so it kind of maintains a rigid structure. So it's kind of two things. These two arms have come together, and he's in their side, and you're in your side. Yeah. So you walk down to the edge of the doorway, and you can see Upchurch in the tube beyond, and at the far end of the tube, there's clearly some human waste, which to you as a synthetic is frankly embarrassing. These dirty bio life forms are just a bit disgusting.
Filthy meatballs.
He is in his coveralls. He has a thin tracery of black line coming out of his mouth. As you get closer, there is a very simple kind of like life sign scanner in the doorway to check that if someone's not having a cardiac arrest or the environment's okay on the other side and that kind of thing. It's quite a long chamber, so he's really low on atmosphere, and he's like in like a almost hyperventilating state continuously.
So it's hypoxic.
That's it. That's the word.
Okay.
I couldn't remember the word. He's hypoxic, and he is like staring at you, and he is like stepped back. He's like that. He's clearly like shaking. His body is clearly fatigued, and he's like his body is shaking from tiredness. He's trying to hold himself up. and he looks like he always has. Looks like he spent 2 days in an airlock. There's a couple of ration packs and cigarette butts on the floor. Idiots smoking in an airlock with a confined atmosphere. But he's standing there. His coveralls look a bit dirty in places they shouldn't look dirty. But he's standing there.
Okay, up church.
This is like an easy
up church.
thing.
I want you to remove your overalls first.
And my pants, you fucking weirdo.
Everything. Strip. I'm not happy about this.
Fine. And he's like, pulls it off. And as he's pulling it off, you can see there's like a very thin black line from his mouth. As he pulls it off, he's like a slightly overweight, gangly human being, as far as men go. And he takes his clothes off, and he's standing there, like with a resigned kind of like, He still got his cap on.
Take it off.
He takes it off. He's balding underneath. He stands there naked. He takes another step back. He kicks his clothes to the side. They kind of wedge against the wall. And he's just like...
Okay.
And now he was like that, and now he's just like...
Okay, turn around 360.
He turns around.
And can I see, apart from this, his mouth?
That's it.
Okay, up church. I want you to just brush off.
Okay, so he's completely naked, hat off, steps back, and he's just standing there, like maybe 10 feet away. It's like a 40-foot tube, corridor. So it's a proper docking arm that's there for when you need to dock to a station that's an irregular shape or with a big ship or something. It allows you to do that.
Okay, up church. I want you to watch me carefully and copy exactly what I do.
Okay, he does that, and he's like, "Yeah, man, this guy wiped something on my face." It's like, and now you're closer, and you can see he is hypoxic, and there's this kind of situation going on.
Is this residue just come off, or does it look like it's coming out of him?
He's like, I haven't got a mirror. What's going on? Nothing's happened. It's part of his skin.
It's just residue. It's his skin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to step back and I'm going to throw the EVA suit and say to put that on.
So you've opened the airlock.
Oh, the airlock's still closed.
There's like an opening, part to it.
Our side of the airlock is now closed.
It's closed. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to open their airlock door.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw him the EVA.
Yep.
And tell him to put it on.
Okay. He hurriedly pulls it on. Careful not to catch anything. Doing it all up and everything. And he puts the helmet on, and he's like the usual kind of check my EVA suit kind of pose that you all know and you've all done, and even you generally put an EVA suit on because it's better for your systems to not be exposed to vacuum. Yeah. You don't need to breathe, but it's better for you that you're not popping out.
Freak out the rest of us.
Yeah, like what?
all my milky substance.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
All
the yogurt will come out.
All the yogurt. Yeah. I'll just give him.
He puts it on and he seals it up.
I'll give him a quick check just to make sure everything's sealed, and then I'm going to frog march him down the tube.
You take him down the tube back to the ship.
Birch, tell him to hold there. You come in first.
Okay.
Okay, so you open the airlock. You're standing there with gun, and he's like serious, guys, and he's doing the it's got the little speaker you can speak outwardly. He's just like, guys, look, some weird shit's going on. Please look, I don't know. He's now he's in an EVA suit. He's starting to breathe regularly. Make a intellect roll. As you look at
your
him,
first aid,
you can see the little black trail
Coming back.
moving slightly.
3.
You notice, and you seem to have realised that he's been in this confined environment with a very low oxygenated atmosphere and hypoxic for a period of time. And now he's suddenly in this EVA suit where he's getting the correct atmosphere. Suddenly, there seems to be a trigger
Something's
of this
metabolising.
thing. It's
On the thing.
metabolising
Alright, so I
in his
noticed
body.
that.
You noticed that.
Okay, so is Birch back on our side of the
Birch
airlock?
steps in, and Upchurch is standing there like this.
I'm going to slam the airlock shut.
What the fuck,
Master,
man?
what are you doing?
I'm going to
Yeah,
indicate
you can
to kill
just
the
turn that
com.
off. Yeah.
When he put that suit on, the infection that's visible on his face accelerated. His hypoxia, due to the lack of a suitable atmosphere, has actually been delaying whatever that was. That must be why he's in that tube.
So there's something in him.
Yes, he's infected. He shouldn't come back on board the ship. The risk is too high.
Birch, did you see anything?
I can only confirm what Metzger's just said.
Fuck.
We can't let him back on. He's a danger to this ship.
But we have to be able to help him. He's a member of our crew. If someone gets sick, we look after
We
him.
can't let him back on board this ship. You will risk infecting us all.
I should also point out that if this is the same thing that got to Wolfshield, then he's already dead. Upchurch is already dead.
Fucking robots.
There's no
The
sense.
risk is too high.
It's a simple cost-benefit analysis. We allow him in to potentially save his life, and we could lose both of yours.
I'm not a robot.
Roger, the thought does occur to you that you could change the settings on his EVA suit so he has a lower oxygenation of his atmosphere.
I will calm him and tell him to do that.
Matt, I'm not a fucking science guy. Can you
Take your
come in-
EVA suit off.
Can we do it while he's wearing it?
I'm not going
You can do it, and you could instruct someone how to do it. Yeah, you could do it.
Will he fit in a cryotube with the EVA suit on?
No. I'm assuming not.
You've got comms with him,
because
haven't
you've got to go into your pants and everything, haven't you?
It won't work on you properly if you have another
Yeah.
biosystem
Oh, I see.
going.
Of course.
The risk is too high. If we let him back on board, that infection could
However-
spread to the three of us.
Roger, you also know that you can change the balance of drugs and environment inside a cryotube, because clearly someone has just been trying to do that to someone.
I'm aware of that. We can't let him back on.
Quarantine procedure does apply in this
Look,
situation.
I'm the closest thing we have to a medical officer on board. My knowledge of chemistry and biology is better than anyone else on this ship. We can't let him back on. The
We've got to
risk,
find the captain.
the risk to the Yalen
the only way to
Bhutani
get to the
vessel is
captain is
too high.
through the...
And through that airlock.
Yeah.
I'm already.
Strong. How are we looking on the thrusters?
Yeah, they're about to come online. That countdown's down to 45 minutes. Hang on. And there you go. And like the main systems come on for the ship. You get
Turn the
like
aircon up.
collision warning. You get you get like detection of the other ship. You get full sensor suite of the system, and all kinds of stuff kind of comes on. The security systems come on board fully. You hear faintly in the distance the reboot of Windows on the table in the other room. All that kind of systems coming back on kind of sound. And the ship is back on, and you can hear Strong now coughing quite violently down in the engine.
Is my blood analysis of him done yet?
Your blood analysis is done. There seems to be an exotic particle in
Is
his
it the
blood.
same particle that I picked up on the other thing?
You're not sure because it doesn't understand what that particle is or what that particle is. It doesn't have it doesn't say I've identified these so they're the same. It goes there are two unidentified particles.
Okay.
Knowing how often this has happened, as in never before,
This is more than likely. It's logical to assume. Okay.
make a sanity
oh,
roll with disadvantage because you're looking
doesn't
down. You're
matter.
now
I just failed.
okay. So you look down at your thing and you're like, fuck. Right.
It's
So you
us.
gain a stress,
Yeah.
and everybody else gains a stress.
Oh yeah.
And actually, Roger, we're going to have a panic test. Because
Panic.
this is like, you've realised... So, wait, hang on.
I passed.
Let me... It's 2 dice. Add them together.
9.
9. So you rolled over your current stress.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and
Okay.
an 8.
So you're fine.
yeah,
What's your
so,
current stress?
3.
Okay.
You'll probably see that reaction. You'll hear the kind of
Well, that's why you're all freaked out.
you'll hear the
looked at
beep.
device
I'll
and
look at
went,
it,
"Oh."
and then suddenly my eyes will just go wide.
What's up?
The checking that no one's got their comms on. Whatever it is, I think that Blake's got it. Not Blake.
I'm Blake. Strong.
Strong was infected.
So there's already someone on the ship.
We need to get
Infected.
we need to get Blake into cryo now.
Okay.
Immediately.
Well, then we may as well bring up Church in as well.
No,
Strong's
because
already on the ship and he's infected.
whatever Strong did not have that moving black thing on his face. The symptoms seem to be different.
You've got a security camera that views engineering if you want to have a look at it.
Okay, yeah, I'll go check it out.
Okay. You go over and you can see Strong coughing. Like he's moving. The guy is like on fort. He knows his shit. He's moving around, doing all this stuff. And at one point, as he reaches up to do something, you can see where the the IV stuff and things when you're in cryo has gone in. There's like a shadowy black taint to the skin around it. But he doesn't seem to know. He's like doing stuff. He's still like he's put his coveralls on, but he's tied them around. So he's just got his like vest on.
Yeah.
And he's like pressing buttons and things. So he's got bare arms, and you can see this kind of dark thing on his arm. Yeah, everything's up. Yeah, everything's up.
The more we have,
Do we know about what he just saw?
He's just walked over to
Yeah,
the
no,
security camera.
I'm walking with
And
him
you've just
because I'm
said
talking
why.
to him.
Yeah.
Okay, look, we have to minimise risk here. Okay, Strong is infected. I think we need to trank him and put him in cryo.
I think we need to kill him.
Okay.
I think that's a bit extreme.
He's going to die anyway. He may as well
Not
die
necessarily.
before he kills us.
If we can get him back within the cryo, then we can keep him under while the other corpse is examined. Upchurch, however, is an unnecessary risk.
Strong, you there?
Turns us in cryo.
Oh man, fucking hell! Is it hot in here? I put the backup environmentals on, but it doesn't.
Need you to go to the cryo chambers and go meet Metzger there, okay?
Sorry,
I need you to go back to the cryo
I can't.
and go meet Metzger.
My hearing. Sorry, say it again.
Strong, go back to the cryo,
Oh sure.
go meet Metzger there.
Oh okay. Yeah, is there a problem?
No, just go meet him there.
Okay, there's a problem with one of the cryo tubes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll meet him there.
Um,
You see him as he walks out of the room. He goes,
can you be nearby in case this doesn't go well?
Yeah, Birch, do you want to accompany Metzger?
No. I need someone that can put him down if...
he's an android.
I can do that.
He's an android.
I will say pulling out my trank pistol doesn't work.
Okay, I'm going to give Birch my pistol.
Okay. Interesting.
Birch, don't do it unless I tell you, okay?
You got a gun now.
Okay.
Cool.
Well,
okay.
I believe that the quarantine procedure would override that order anyway. If I felt the need to put him down, then I'll put him down.
I'm going to try and trank him, and we're going to put him in that thing. Upchurch can't come on board. There is no way he should be allowed on.
So how are you going to get? Anyway. So
Okay, follow my lead. Okay,
So you go down to the cryo chamber, and as you kind of get there, you see Strong walking along the corridor, and he's like takes his hat off, and he's like, fucking hell. And he like puts his arm on the wall, and as he puts his arm on the wall, as I said, he's tied his coveralls around the middle. He's feeling hot, and he's got his vest on, a bit diehard, and he kind of leans against the wall. You can see now a spidery black tracering through, not on his skin. His skin
Through his veins.
through his veins, and he's like leans against the wall. And he's like, "Oh man, it's fucking hot."
I would just say-
guys, it's fucking.
It is. Can you just look at
As
our
he
point
co-
behind him?
As he coughs, there's like matter coming out on his hand, and he's like,
I'll point behind him and go, can you just have a look at that for me?
"Okay, all right." He's got a disadvantage intellect roll. Yeah, 92. That's a foul. He goes, "What? Oh, is there
And
another?"
when he turns around and has his back to me, I'm going to shoot him with my tranquilizer gun.
Okay, right.
Twice. To give him like the double dose.
Okay, right.
I want to
so-
make damn sure he goes down.
Weapons. Hang on, tranquilizer pistol.
Well, assuming I know that wouldn't kill him.
See box text. Trank dart. Target must make a body save advantage or fall unconscious for 1d10 rounds. Secret roll. 6 shots per magazine. Okay, so
If I shot him twice, would it...
you get to shoot him, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So let's do combat. Check for surprise. You have surprise.
Okay. Well, 23. That's less than my combat of 43.
Okay, you can take 2 actions. You can attack
And attack.
You're going to attack. Okay, you can shoot him twice. Okay, right. So your first one is successful.
Yeah.
Okay, so his body save is... He's a teamster, so it's 30. Right, so green is 10s. So I'm just going to roll this out so you guys can see it. 89. Okay, so you go... You shoot him in like the shoulder, the meaty part of his shoulder, just... And he seems to be swooning anyway. And he falls face first onto the... Like Mal in that episode of Firefly where he just stacks it.
Okay. I'm just going to run over to the cryo thing and start opening it, get him inside.
As you go over to him, he's like, his arm is like trailing back like this. And you can see now these traceries of black moving through his arm and his body. And it seems to be moving towards his hands and his head. That may be just because it's in his arm. But it seems to tie up with
I'm going to drag him by his feet.
Okay, you grab his feet and you drag him towards the cryo chamber. It seems that because Wolfshield was bludgeoned, there was an exposure of this stuff. He hasn't been injured, so it's like within his body. So you drag him across the floor. You know, there's the odd lip of like, but this little trank dart with a little pink tuft on the bottom.
Only the most fabulous trank darts for me.
Poking out of his back, and you drag him into the room. And
Was the second shot going to be a little rainbow dart?
one of the cryo chambers
If I shoot him fully, it's
has
a
now
rainbow.
got the body of Wolfshield in,
Obviously.
and Strong is now unconscious. You're going to put him in a cryo chamber.
Although the one I was loading up was the spare one. Because obviously someone had been dicking with Strongs. So I didn't want him going in that one.
Okay, fine.
Ooh, yeah, it's good to be specific.
So now there's one of the other ones of you, because there were 4 chambers, remember. Strong's was dicked with. You've put Wolfshield body in one of them, one of the 3 that you were in. There's 2 more that you think are clean.
Because Android doesn't need one.
Well, to be fair, you could survive 3 weeks travel without going into cryo. You've now got Strong in your hands. Where are you going to put Strong?
In the spare
Back
one.
in the spare one. You've already filled up.
Is that Wolfshield?
Wolfshield.
Oh, we'll put Strong in one of the others and the one that's not his.
One of yours.
Well, yeah, why not?
Sure.
Alright, well,
You can survive
if it
on the
was,
ship.
If it was
This-
me doing it, it'd be his.
Okay, sure. You stick it in Blake's cryo.
Which, it was just conveniently the one I ran to first.
Yeah, accidentally.
But to be fair, we don't need to go into cryo.
You don't need to go into cryo.
There's no shame in your
Unless,
survival.
well, no,
unless
we
you
know-
suddenly found out you're 1,000 light years.
Well, yeah, we know
But
where-
you're not.
we
You're
know
within,
where we are,
You're
so-
within 3 weeks of home.
Yeah,
You may
yeah.
be 2
So we
weeks,
don't-
you may be 1 week.
Yeah,
You
to
think
be honest,
you're,
we'd
you know,
probably need to be awake for the rest of the journey anyway, so...
Probably. So, you stick Strong into the cryo chamber. Sealed up. Thunk. Goes, freezes, the amber light, everything. Now, are you going to adjust the chamber? It's in your head, you're thinking, do I need to do anything? Does cryo do it? Do I need to change the thing? Do I need to do what they did to him?
Alright, from my
slow down
medical
his
knowledge,
metabolic rate.
to slow it down, is there anything I could do?
You know that there's various levels of drugs and things.
So
settings.
the one
you
that
could-
his was in would have sped it up.
Yeah. Looks like someone was...
Okay, can I do the reverse
Incubating.
enough to literally just about keep him alive?
Yes, you can put it to like... lowest...
Yeah.
Yeah, low birth in traveller terms. kind
Yeah,
of.
basically, yeah, that.
Okay. Let's have a... computers or... Yeah, computers.
Biology?
I think. Biology could do, yep.
Yes.
Okay, right, so you... oh, sorry, hang on. I'm ship's crew. Grab my hat. No. I just want the rain hitting the...
Oh, yeah. And all the chains hanging
Yeah,
out.
exactly. You get him in there, everything seems to be fine.
I'll come up to Blake. Strong securing cryo. I've adjusted the settings to slow it down as best I can.
Okay. Is that the common comms that Upchurch is on? Because there's either on or off.
Oh, okay. Then if that was the case, no, I will just kind of walk back up.
Okay.
Is there like I'm assuming we must have like.
Well, now there's like
I know there's
panels on the walls where you can.
I know
talk to
there's
the bridge.
like goo and stuff. That now on the floor because I'm assuming that.
No, he was successful in moving him
Oh,
to
okay,
the
so he
chamber with
didn't-
no goo.
Although didn't he cough and stuff came out?
In engineering.
Okay. I will kind of. All right. We'll walk. Let's go back to Blake. Blake, secure off engineering for the moment. That place is going to need like a biohazard scrub before anyone should go down there.
Okay. You lock it off.
Uh,
Okay, so you're all on the bridge. Upchurch is through the window, like going.
Look, I'll go keep an eye on Upchurch. I think we need to get out of here.
Well, I got all the sensors. We're back and running. So
Okay.
I want to try and can I scan the Pandora?
Yeah, so there, your ship is scanning the other ship.
I'm looking for
Um,
something like basically.
okay,
I'm looking for
so
either and
You're getting a strange energy signature. Like, you're not a science guy anyway, but this is fucking weird. Coming from their cargo bay, which is above you, effectively, lower into the atmosphere. And you occasionally you're catching like the edge of a life sign.
okay. I'm getting some kind of life readings from the Pandora.
Do you want me to have a look at them?
Yeah. Tell me what you think of them.
Can I do my sciencey science?
Make a roll at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Upchurch is trying to con
That's
you
either going to be
now,
really,
like,
really good or really, really bad.
Look, can I just come in the fucking ship? I've taken the thing off. There's no air in here. I'm fucking tired. I've been here for 2 days. Please, can I just come in the ship? Oh look, tell me how I need to change the suit. I'll do the thing. I don't care.
Can I open the airlock on the bridge?
Yes. Okay, the airlock opens.
You open
What?
the airlock.
You're
You
doing
open the airlock.
You're doing a sensory scanner thing. The airlock opens, and Upchurch is like, "Thank you, thanks, Blake."
Yeah, I
I'll
passed.
just get down to the cry right now.
And he runs past. He runs into the room, but he's not going towards any of you. But he is running towards the stairway to go to down into the ship.
What did
I'll
you
get
do?
in a cryopod. I'll get in a
Is he still in
cryopod.
the EVA
Okay.
suit?
No, because you told him to take it off, so that he was
Oh,
hypoxic.
of course, yeah.
So he runs past you into the room with nice oxygen
I forgot
levels,
he wasn't in the UA.
and
I'm gonna pursue him and take him down by any means necessary.
I'm going to pursue him because
Yeah,
I
I'm
think Birch is going to try and take him down.
okay. So
going to run
okay.
after him. What the hell did you
So-
do that for?
Hang on, you're doing like you're aware it's going on.
This is all going on. I'm
yeah,
going
yeah,
to suddenly
so you can
stop what
that.
I'm doing.
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine. No, I just wanted to clarify you'd stop and see what's going on. So he runs down the corridor. Well, let's make an opposed speed roll to see if you catch him before he gets to the ladder.
So he's trying to go down into deck 2.
Yep, where cryo,
Where cryo is.
Because Blake said get to cryo.
Yeah.
And he's trying to beat you to the ladder. As he runs past you, you see this thing start to flourish on his face. But he's running for the stairwell. Oh, hello. That's quite good. He's rolled 34, so
Oh,
it's underneath.
78.
Okay, so he beats you to the thing, and he literally does the slide down the ladder. He gets to the bottom, and he looks up at you, and for a moment you think he's like, "Ha ha!" But maybe that's just your subroutines going into some kind of anticipation mode, and he disappears from view as he runs towards the cryo chamber.
I'm just going to jump down the hatchway, past the ladder,
Okay.
jump
Make
right down to the next
okay,
deck.
make a body save with advantage.
Nope. Oh, hang on.
Would it be
No.
armor save? I think that's for physical damage.
This is.
feel
I think
body
this
would
is.
like poisons and things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Good point.
And
Armor
it's just
save.
like your-
Sorry. Yeah. It's like
Physically
how.
you.
No.
Okay. Right. So as you hit the deck, you take 4 points of damage to your health.
How do I do that? I'll just subtract
Yeah,
4
just
from...
take from your health.
Okay.
and you fail to save, so you take a point of stress. Okay.
So am I now incapacitated by this?
No. You just like hit the floor and it like jars your leg.
Okay.
And you're like, fuck! And you look up and you see Upchurch disappear into cryo chamber. You are right behind him and you see him literally do, I'm Mr. Android, I'm just going to drop down the hole. You're not...
I can't do that. I want to.
Well, you can. You could do if you wanted to and make a save.
Break your legs.
Or you can slide down and be behind him in the order.
No, I'm just going to slide down.
Okay, you're going to slide down.
I
Okay.
can do that too.
Snap.
So, okay, you're going to bolt. We're going to need another opposed speed roll to see if he gets to the cryo tubes before you.
Okay. This is one roll against speed.
Yes.
28.
28?
Yeah.
I got 26.
Oh shit.
No, you beat me. You're under.
Oh yeah.
You're
it's
under
the
your
higher
roll, but
under.
you're higher.
Okay.
Okay, so as you rush into the room, this black trail is like coming around the side of his head, and he is running toward. He clearly hasn't figured out who's in what tube, but he's running towards one of the tubes that has an occupant, and he is just charging for it. And as he gets within like 3 feet, you grab him,
Okay.
and you realise now that there is a black protrusion coming out of his mouth. He said earlier on that his tongue was numb, and you now see that his tongue has grown to some kind of large, sharp, almost prehensile appendage, and it seems to be moving.
So
and
I'm,
he's, like,
I'm behind him and he's facing away
yeah,
from
and you've
me.
grabbed him, and as you look round like behind him, you see this thing coming out of his mouth going.
Can I be watching this on the security camera?
You're looking at
Okay,
the
I'm gonna
camera.
because I'm behind him.
I'm also
gonna
going to be shutting, making sure the airlock's shut.
Okay, you shut your airlock.
While watching on the security camera, going, that's a thing.
because I'm
Hey,
behind
do you
him.
remember
I'm
when I
gonna-
said we shouldn't let that guy in?
I'm gonna grab the back of his head and just fold his head down into his body, break his neck
So,
to prevent his tongue from.
you are strong. That's
Oh, we're not that strong.
You're still not easy
human
for
half
you.
strong.
Okay.
No, but you know when like he was like Ash was like smothering
Yeah, with the
Strong.
magazine.
with the magazine
yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. You are, you've got a strength thing, haven't you? What's your strength?
My strength is 44.
Okay, so it's an opposed strength roll. So you're going to try and hurt him. So this will do damage to
Just like
him.
the idea
Yeah.
that he's trying to go
In fact,
I'm just gonna fold him up. Yeah.
Suitcase.
yeah.
You can only
His-
fold a bit of paper 8 times.
his
How many
body-
times can you fold a
his
cube?
body 7 times. His body may be reinforced. Let's do combat. Page 9.
Oh, let's.
Okay. How do I attack? It's performed by rolling an opposed check.
Is there a
in
friendly?
close quarters combat, the attacker makes a combat check as usual, so you've got a combat stat.
Yes.
Yep. But the defender can decide whether they want to oppose the roll with their armor save, another combat check, or a body save. I think this is going to be body because you're like literally trying to
Trying to bend him.
Yeah.
How far can I move? Hit location. Damage. Whenever you lose an opposed combat check, you take damage which is subtracted from health. Additionally, if the hit was critical, if you take more damage than half your max health, you'll need to make a panic roll. And damage is dictated normally by weapons, but we're doing...
His
I am
tongue
the weapon.
impacting into his chest.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
have a look at what weapons do, so we can get a judge on... Oh, they do... Oh, bloody hell. A pulse rifle does 5d10 damage. Fucking hell. I think it's going to be like... It's going to be a d10 damage.
What?
Because
Me to him or him to me?
If you're successful,
You
you
to
do a
him.
d10.
So you hurt
d10.
him. Right, yeah.
One 10-sided dice with a damage to it.
Okay.
Okay?
But I need to do a body save first.
You do a combat roll, I do a
Oh,
body
okay.
save.
Oh, I
As an
see.
opposed
Of
roll.
course.
Yep. And as I'm a teamster, my body is 30. 24.
I rolled 19.
So I
So
passed.
I've passed my combat.
But
he
my
rolled
roll is
higher.
higher.
Oh,
So
right.
he's basically resisting you.
So as you go, you grab him. You think frail human body,
I can just snap
and
his
as
neck.
you do
Yeah.
that, you realise that this thing is like reinforcing the structure of his body, and
Shit.
it kind of like a weird scream escapes his mouth, and he starts to turn towards you.
Drop him.
Well, Blake, you step into the chamber,
Yeah.
and you see the android wrestling with Upchurch, who has a strange black dagger tongue coming out of his mouth, and this black stuff is now starting to spread. It's almost like reoxygenation and adrenaline has triggered something.
Is the tranquil still in the room?
No, it's
No.
with me.
I say we take off and nuke the site from orbit.
Can
the
I
only way to
con
be
to
sure.
them? I'm not trying to get involved in the combat.
You can have an open comm to them.
Okay. Blake, get out of there. Infection risks too high.
I'm going to step out. Can I lock the door?
You can shut the door.
Can I lock the door just to keep him in?
You can lock the door to keep him in there.
I'm going to lock the door.
Okay, you shut the door. Let's
And
have a intellect roll.
while
to-
he's doing
because
that,
you're under time pressure
Yeah.
to like do it properly.
And I will just say,
You
Birch, kill him.
hear the door shut behind you.
Well, you would have heard me shout over the comm, Blake, get out of there.
Okay,
Infection risk.
you are slightly stunned and you are fumbling with a thing. Now, both of you need to make a fear roll because this guy is like turning into a strange creature. In fact, you're watching this on the camera. You need to make a fear roll as well.
So we're trying to get under.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have disadvantage because of him.
Yes, that's true.
I'm assuming I don't.
You've got an
I'm not
android in the room.
Yeah.
You have disadvantage.
Okay, so that was
And
a-
you
Are
have
you in the
disadvantage.
cryo room with me?
You're in the same area.
I'm assuming I
Pass on
don't
a
because
fail.
I'm watching through a camera.
He's not in the room with
Yeah,
you.
okay, so I'm fine.
Okay.
I didn't
So
want to
you
have to roll again.
Fail.
I passed.
You passed. 50. Oh, you've got 85.
I've got 85.
Fast one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you take
Android.
you take a point of stress,
Okay.
and I want a panic roll from you because you're pressing. You step down. You're pressing the buttons. Right. So
So it's 2d10.
wait. Let me just get to the right page. Panic. Stress check. If you roll over your stress, you don't panic.
So,
So
roll
if you get
2 dice.
under, you panic.
Oh, 2d10.
So roll two. Add them together.
1d10.
2d10.
2d10. Add them together. What's your current stress?
7. So I passed. I got 13.
Okay, so you relieve one stress.
Oh, I relieve one stress. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, so if you pass one, you relieve one.
Yes. So, you're like,
Kidney stone.
The door shuts, but it doesn't lock. And because of that, your
Stressing.
stress goes away slightly. But you can't, you're like, you're still looking through the little hole in the door, and your finger can't seem to find the lock button. There's the access panel, there's the diagnostic, there's all that stuff, you can't seem to find the lock button. Right. Birch.
Yeah, I also in the com would have just said, Birch, kill him.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, since I can't.
There is an open cryotube. You could try and stuff
Yeah,
them
that's
in it
what I
to
was
shut it.
thinking.
And you have a gun.
You do have a gun.
I do have a gun. I forgot about that. Thanks.
You could gun Fu.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna
Opposed
go-
strength check
I'm gonna
to
go-
stuff him in the thing.
No, I'm gonna shoot through his back. No, hang on. I'm gonna kneecap him.
Okay.
Because-
like gun to the back of the knee.
Yeah, because all of this stuff that was going on all seemed to be,
Higher up.
as far as I could see, was his torso.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kneecap him.
Okay. Let's have a. We're gonna have an opposed roll.
Screw his
He's gonna try
mobility.
and.
Exactly.
I think this is going to be an armor roll for him.
And I'm rolling combat.
Yes. Oh dear.
16, I passed.
I critically failed.
Oh.
So
I think his
kneecaps
just
are
gone.
gone.
So you're going to get to roll damage.
All right. So what do I? Is it just
Your
D10?
Pistol. hang on.
Yeah, it's a gun. This one gets more.
A revolver has 3d10 damage.
Do you want
And because you get, it says knockdown on critical hit, I'm going to say, because he critically failed, you get knocked down. So he's going to go down, you're going to like blow his knee out,
Yeah.
and he's going to collapse on the floor.
Okay. You don't even need to roll for the damage
well,
then.
damage,
yeah,
yes,
because
you might-
you're still
oh,
going to
you
hurt
might-
him.
3d10
see.
damage,
5, 10, and 5.
so 20 points of damage.
Yeah.
Wow, you fucking take his kneecap out. Blood sprays across the cryotube in front of you, and this weird scream comes out of his mouth, and his leg collapses underneath him. He drops to the floor. That's going to make a panic test.
Throw him out the airlock.
Oh yeah, he's panicked.
And that's why he wore the brown pants.
Are we actually consulting the panic
Okay,
thing?
lets out a blood-curdling scream and is disadvantaged on the rolls for 2 to 10
panic
minutes.
test.
So
Because he's still effectively a member
he's
of your
still
crew.
a crew member, so I have to take panic test as well. Because roll for panic whenever you see more than one crew member panic.
Yep.
Okay.
And you have to do the same.
Really? Oh, do we all do that?
Right, so how
is that
I
as a
haven't done this
soldier?
yet. How does
This is
No.
just under roll for
Yeah.
panic whenever you see one crew member panic.
so you roll
Okay.
2d10, add them together, and you're trying to get above your current stress points?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, easy.
dandy,
Yeah.
17.
You failed. Okay. So you failed.
Yeah.
Right, now, because you failed a panic roll,
Panic.
you have to make a fear save.
Right. Okay.
Okay, you panic.
Will he know that though? Because he's the other side of a door and not looking at him.
Well,
Depends
okay,
what.
okay, let's see what he does, because he may like go, ah, and then he goes, fuck,
yeah.
fuck.
If it goes catatonic, I might not notice.
Okay,
so has a heart attack and dies.
What's your stress level?
6.
6. Okay, roll 2d10, add them together and add 6.
Okay, 2 so 7 add 6 is
13.
13.
Cowardice. Gain 1 stress. For the next 1d10 hours, 4 hours, rest of the game,
Rest of the king.
you must make a fear save to engage in combat or else
wow.
flee.
Good job that was armor. Oh,
So
Okay,
I'm
so
not
you-
going to notice
No,
that. Right,
no, because
okay.
the door's closed, we'll say you're not going to notice that, and
Okay.
therefore, I think every friendly player nearby. Yeah, no, it doesn't quite count as nearby. You're too engaged in what you're doing.
yeah, I mean,
I'm
if you
too
can't
engaged
see
in
it, it
stuffing
wouldn't
up
make
church
sense. would it?
into a cryo tube.
Opposed strength roll. He's not very strong. Well, you thought he's not very strong.
Well, he's,
No.
yeah.
Put him in.
98. Even worse, rolling.
Well, I rolled a 71, so it's a standoff. So you guys are like struggling together in the chamber. You can
Yeah.
see this on the thing. You can see this through the doorway, and you're
Put him in the airlock.
shitting
We
your
have to get
pants.
him out of the ship.
You've now seen an alien and a skin job fighting. This to you is like the things that have plagued your nightmares when you've come home from active duty in one space together fighting. This is like triggering you massively. You won't need to make a fear save for this. If there's another combat, you'll need to make a fear save for that. So if you want to, you can open the door and do something.
Oh, jeez. Freaking out how much of a cowardice. This didn't work out how I wanted it to.
Probably not. You probably wouldn't want to
calmly
go
into
forwards.
cryo. Birch.
Who opened the airlock?
Yeah, but you've seen he's got this weird tongue thing going on,
Yeah.
and his face is going black. So you think clearly he's not all there.
While all this is going on,
Okay,
can I take a blood test of myself?
Yes,
I will be doing that.
it's going to take maybe 10 minutes to process.
Yeah.
The counter on the screen is now saying 35 minutes
Yeah,
remaining.
but these guys.
And there's a little bit more red across the screen, a little bit more gaseous layers of the thing, and that massive storm system seems to be getting closer. What are you doing?
I'm going to go into the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna
What,
walk
back
across-
into the room with the combat?
Yeah.
The one I told you to get out of.
You've got other weapons, haven't you?
Yeah, so I'm going to go to my locker.
You know, I'm gonna.
Okay.
As soon as you open the
Because
door
my
and I can see that on the
SMG is
camera,
Okay.
I will start shouting at you, "Get out of the room!"
Okay, so your action is going to be to go to your locker and get your submachine gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, can I lock the door from here?
With yes. Oh no, the captain could.
But has Blake now taken command?
Blake's taking command, so Blake could, but Metzger's not got the override.
Is there a way I could wedge the door?
You could you could shut the door,
Yeah.
and you could try and power down the systems in that area.
Okay, can I do that?
You know they'd have a hydraulic override, but that would take some, literally like. You can try and do that. It's a computer's roll with disadvantage because you're not used to that kind of function.
19. Oh no!
You're not quite sure where you're like. Captain had to do that one time when Isla got drunk, but you're not sure where or when.
Okay.
Okay.
The outer airlock on your extended docking tube has just opened. Your ship registers that. You don't have view of anything inside their ship, but you have a view inside your docking corridor if you want to check the cameras.
gonna shout at Upchurch in case he's there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Upchurch, get in the fucking cryo tube. Try and stop
Okay.
resisting bird.
Okay. Let's see if he makes a sanity save. So if he makes a sanity save, you might get through to the Upchurch that's in there. 0-3. You shout at him, and he's like, and he seems to still for a moment. So he's gonna have disadvantage on the opposed roll against you.
So I'm rolling.
And you you get advantage.
Okay.
That's what you get. So you get to roll twice and pick the better one.
But what am I rolling against?
Strength.
33.
Oh,
That's a critical. 98. That's pretty bad. Okay, so he kind of goes limp for a moment, and you
bend him in half.
and you
Now I do it.
you do roll 1d10 because you do actually hurt him on the way in because you do it. You're like
5.
yeah. So he's battered and bruised, but you thunk him into a cryo chamber, and you just slam the lid down, and you see Blake come over with a submachine gun in hand, ready to nail the fucker.
Yeah.
And you boom, and it goes amber, boom, and he looks up at you, and this kind of tongue freezes in his mouth. You can see now his eyeballs are starting to go grey from the back, something dark is infiltrating behind his eyes. But it starts to freak. It seizes up in your cryostasis, and he seems to be stationary.
While all that's going on,
Yes.
can I fire the thrusters in an opposite direction of that ship?
Can I remind you that the captain is probably on board?
Yeah, I'm not announcing I'm doing this.
Okay, so you're going to fire the thrusters to move yourself away from the ship.
Yeah, I know.
Even
I'm aware
the-
of. Yeah, the umbilical cord. I'm assuming will just rip off.
Okay. Right, as you're doing this, you kind of glance over your shoulder, and you can see in your docking tube now a figure that looks like your superior, Science Officer Isla. He is got black all across his face, down his body,
I mean,
and it looks like the upper part of his body is completely.
Or can I just retract the umbilical cord? Can I do that?
You can try and do that. He is now moving towards your airlock at pace.
Yeah, well, it's locked down because he locked it.
That's fine. He can try and cling on to the outside of your airlock. So
22.
let's make a speed opposed. Oh, you made a critical roll. Okay. So he succeeded as well. So you retract your docking
umbilical cord.
And as you do, Isla clings on to the side of your the outer handles of your airlock, and your ship you thrust away. You are instantly aware that the ship has thrusted in another direction. It will take you a couple of seconds to realise that there's been a change in orientation. I assume you're just doing a burst to get away.
Yeah, basically, I want that thing to not be able to cling on for a while because eventually it's just the pressure will get rid of it.
Okay.
Is the theory.
It's clinging on to the side of the ship.
Yeah, but it can only do that for so long, right?
What are you doing, Metzger?
Hostile. Looks like. What's the name? Isla, who's near enough completely black,
Your ship's being hailed.
has just is trying to break in.
Blake, we can't leave. Blake, we can't
Yeah,
leave. I'd like you to override.
just-
I'd like you to override Metzger's
Over
commands.
the radio command, over the radio channel, you can hear the ship is being commed on the bridge, and you know the ship is being commed.
We're not leaving. We've just disconnected. I'll answer it.
Okay.
This is Metzger.
Epscombe, here. Where are you going?
Nowhere. We've just disconnected.
Where are you going?
Where are you?
I'm everywhere. I want to go to Tannhauser Gate.
Do I know what that is?
You've heard of it before. It's like a mining colony out in this area.
What are you doing? What's your
I
situation?
want to go back.
You want to go back? Have you
Metzger?
been there?
Metzger? You're not sure whether the captain's been there. He's got a history that you
Okay.
don't know everything of. He may have been there before. Metzger. Ah, I know. Look, between you and me, I know that Isla. He's a drunk and he can't do his job. Is that the right word? Properly? Can't do his job properly. Come, look. Come aboard. There's something I want to show you.
I'm sure there is.
It's like a
Whereabouts?
strange, almost synthetic tinge.
Can I be
to
trying
this.
to? Can I record the message?
You can.
Are we
definitely
hearing
look-
this?
Are you keeping a radio frequency open while he's talking?
No.
No.
To be honest, I
Okay.
probably wouldn't have thought of that. I'd have just
Okay,
been
no,
trying to
you're like,
record it.
oh, yeah. You're like hitting the record button.
Yeah.
So you listen in. I'm not going to say it again. This is what.
Yeah. I'll probably.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when
So
you get there.
so we'll know
There's-
this once.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you-
I'm,
once
I'm
you
not
tell-
actively trying to
Yeah.
hide it. It's just not something
Yeah,
I'd
but
have
he'll
thought.
tell you about it when you get upstairs. There's something wonderful.
What is it?
It's. It could be everything.
What do you mean? Could be everything. What is it?
Let me show you.
Show me what.
Come to the Pandora.
Can I?
Dock with
is
me.
visual thing a visual comms a thing?
It's just audio.
No, I know, but is it a thing?
It is a thing. It is like, yeah.
Enable visual comms. Let me see what's going on.
It's a. Oh, system failure.
Uh-huh.
Only audio. Come on board.
What about
Board me. We want to show you something.
we?
I found something.
What did you find?
The Pandora found it on
The Pandora found you.
found it on at Tannhauser Gate in the deep mines. They didn't know it was down there.
What was it they found?
You hear a strange noise, like a clacking of bones and metal at the same time.
Can I initiate a
A
scan?
relic, an icon.
While I'm talking to him, can I try and initiate a scan looking for the unknown substance?
Okay, make a roll. Right, while this is going on, he's off. What are you guys doing? You've got the guy in the tube. You going back upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. You get back upstairs.
I'm
and
going to lock the cryo door on the way out.
you're going to lock the thing. Okay, now you're not under any pressure. You kind of sealed.
I don't think we can trust Metzger. I think he's trying to leave, and I think before we do that,
You look out the window. When you step outside, look out the window. You're further away from the gas giant.
I'm
the other
not
ship
literally
is-
propelling us away.
No. You're like.
I'm literally just attached.
Yeah, you're like. Yeah, but even that action will move you apart from each other, and you can now see the Pandora inverted there, slowly in a failing orbit. Yeah.
I believe Metzger may have an ulterior motive here. I think we need to make sure he doesn't leave this system. It will take us from this system. I think we need to find out what's happened on the Pandora before we even consider leaving.
I want to know what's happened to Ida and Captain Eskin.
I agree.
So you're heading upstairs.
Yeah.
So my suggestion would be that you override Metzger's commands.
Well, I'll get onto the bridge. I can order him to do what I want. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
So,
So you guys come up onto the bridge and you hear.
Yeah,
Doc.
I'm trying to scan it.
Okay, make a computer roll.
I did 37.
Is
Pass.
that a pass? Okay. There's some strange energy readings going on board the ship. You're getting fluctuating life signs. You are picking up the captain's life sign. However, you are picking it up throughout deck 2 and 3.
His life sign throughout both
Like
decks.
thin, like he's over there, nose over there, nose over there, nose over there. He's there and there, and he's there. What? As you're scanning the ship, the airlock, their docking arm, retracts and then extends again, and like the lights on it are pulsing, and he said the captain's voice comes into the bridge
But
as you
still
guys
sounds
come
a bit
upstairs. You can sense it because you're that close, but because you guys are out in the corridor, it just sounds like the captain's voice. It's like, Doc, I need to show you this. They found an artifact. It's valuable. We need to take it back to the company.
You heard the captain.
Can you power up the ship?
The ship powers up.
The Pandora, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it rotates.
Move it away from the red giant. Or is a red giant, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to get to a safer distance.
It moves towards you.
Okay, I will just initiate just a
as
slow.
you come up, this is now going on.
a slow away from it.
Doc.
Good. We'll dock once we're in safe distance. There's no point staying in harm's way.
You guys walk past the airlock.
I was going to say, yeah.
There is a face pressed up against the window.
That's black.
It's kind of got a crusty black stuff that's like, looks like it's the skin, but it's like boils and pustules. It's kind of erupting out. There's like a snake-like tongue. There's like little spikes coming off the skin, and it seems like Isla, the science officer, is like clinging onto the side of the ship.
Is that in vacuum? Or...
In vacuum.
Yeah.
Clearly still functioning.
Yeah.
And it's been a few minutes since you've undocked. You know now that humans can survive about 5 minutes in the void, and even that is like tucked up and
Yeah, they're not
not
gonna be
doing
moving.
anything. Yeah.
They wouldn't be
We've all seen
clinging.
Event Horizon
They
where
wouldn't
the
be
guy,
clinging on
where
easily
Lawrence
like that.
Fishburne scoops the guy. This
I'm-
guy's clearly not. So let's have a sanity roll.
Including me?
You're all aware of this now going on.
Yes.
Fail.
Take a stress.
Passed.
Okay, but you've seen this kind of monster before,
Yeah.
so you don't have to make a panic roll. But it's starting to become stressful for some of you.
It does
more than
sound quite
others.
stressful as
Yeah.
a situation.
Yeah. And you've got this guy clinging onto the side of it. The captain's asking you to dock, and the ship is moving towards you, and the docking rig is hooking up.
I'm
like
just
powering
going to
up.
continue moving this. Just the ship gently away from the red star. Not like I'm rushing.
Yeah.
Just trying to
Metzger,
not be when the red star.
Holding stations. Allow us to dock.
But if you've got control of the ship, let's just get away from the red dwarf first. And
Power systems here are fragile. I need to come back on board the Conrad. Is Blake awake?
he will be here shortly.
Let Blake know. It'd be good to see him again after being asleep working for a while. If you can, if you let me back on board the ship, I can show you what we found. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Maintain trajectory. I'll contact you once Blake arrives, and then
Confirmed.
then hang up.
The ship follows you.
Yeah. I'm literally.
Yeah, and you're just thrusting away.
Because
You're not
I'm
going
aware
to.
that the ship's in danger. I'm trying
Yeah.
to not have us in danger.
Sure.
I'm not like going leg it.
Sure.
I'm just kind of moving to a safe distance of the star.
Yeah. Minimum safe distance. You have 16 minutes to reach minimum safe distance.
How long do I think it would take us to get to safe distance of the
Oh no! Now you're thrusting away. You're safe. Because
Okay.
literally you're in a decaying orbit.
Okay.
Now you're thrusting. You're not.
Okay. I'm going to prepare the kind of where it was sounding weird, so when they turn up, I can
Okay,
be like,
so
listen to
He's
this.
going to replay the message
Yeah.
where he sounded like he was confused about his identity.
and
But when you arrived, he sounded pretty clear. But when you weren't there, it sounded like it had like a bit of garbling,
And
and,
I
then
will-
that decayed away.
I will point out the kind of really weird life signs.
The,
I'm still freaked out by Isla clinging to the side of the
he's just clinging to the side of the ship. As you look back, he's gone.
Have we got windscreen
I was
wipers?
keeping,
He's gone.
just to clarify, I was keeping an eye on that the whole time.
Okay.
Because that thing is terrifying. and
He's.
I want to make damn sure
whatever
it kind
Isla
of...
is crawling down the side of the ship
So it's-
towards the lower airlock.
It's still alive.
Yes.
Well, all the lower...
the other airlocks.
all-
locked.
no, you locked them
You're
already.
getting
didn't you?
hailed again by.
So, as you can hear from the recording, something is very wrong with the captain.
This is.
And these life readings are...
This is Maurice, guys. This is Maurice. Look, I can see. Look,
Can I
Pat,
take another?
something's happened to Pat.
Can I
Something
take
really
another
bad's
sensor
happened
reading?
to Pat.
Well, we're not in the kind of weird interference
Okay,
of the.
make a roll. Something's happened to Pat. Look, I can see him clambering on the side of your hull. The Pandora here's got a small autocannon, same loadout as ours. Do you want me to get rid of him?
That
Negative,
sounds
Captain.
extremely dangerous.
I can pull up close by and like clear him off.
Yeah, the risk of that, I'm assuming, is pretty damn horrific.
Yes, it's like
yeah.
Hull breach.
Negative. Oh well, actually, no. If Blake's there, I'll just look at
Something's
Blake.
definitely wrong with the captain.
Are you saying that while the comm is
No.
open? No, okay, right,
I'll basically be sat at the comm station. I'll be sat at the comm station, basically with my finger on the mute button until
Yeah.
Blake wants to talk.
Birch, are you...
You're scanning the ship.
Yeah.
Pass.
Yes.
There's a problem with their jump drive.
Okay, but do I see anything else? I'm more kind of
There
interested in the
again,
biology.
exotic energy signatures throughout deck 2 and 3,
Along
and
with the
sporadic
captain.
life signs dotted around.
Okay, according to this, the captain, along with whatever the stuff that was in them, gesturing down towards the cryo thing, is on both decks 2 and 3 throughout it.
Can I have a quick look at your scan results, please?
I'll just
What
bring
do,
them up
what
on the
do I
screen.
what do I interpret from these exotic energy
energies.
readings?
You see that it looks like there is an interdiction going on, as if something you feel may be able to bridge the gap between biological and technological systems. This exotic matter that's been detected looks like it's trying to you can tell from the spread through the ship, it's where the conduits are and where the main technological systems are.
I'm going to attempt to override Metzger's controls and dock with Pandora.
Okay. Make a hacking roll. I assume you're like doing this over. You're not saying anything. You're just
No, I'm
doing
just going to do it.
Okay.
So I'm rolling against.
Intellect plus
Intellect.
your 15.
Yes, I passed.
Okay. Right. The ship suddenly starts moving towards the Pandora. The Pandora docking arm extends, and
whoa.
your docking arm starts.
What the hell's going
starts
on?
to extend. It's not that quick. So you start moving that way, and then the thing. You're shut out of pilot control.
Blake, I've been locked out of controls.
You both see
Okay.
I'm going to start heading towards the airlock.
Birch has done something at a computer screen. He starts
Birch,
walking
what the
up.
hell
Can
are
I
you
see
doing?
if I have control? Or if he's
You're
me
locked out.
Birch, what are you doing?
I'm going to kind of back on.
Get out of the submachine gun.
I've analysed the sensor readings. I can determine that this poses no threat to us. Ebscamp is under control. He is reasonable, and I'm going to traverse the airlock, and I'm going to
Just run away, he's not looking, just like... No!
brandishing my pistol
Okay.
as I go.
Make a sanity roll. The skin job is lying to you.
Right.
You've been so bad at your saves tonight. Oh no, is that the other way around? Oh right, okay, sorry.
Oh wait, which is that 90?
No, it's however you're rolling it.
Or is it 6? That's 90, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a panic check. So you got. What's your stress? That gave you a point of stress.
That gave me a point of stress.
So you're now
My
on
stress is
9.
now 9.
Okay, so you got to roll over it. Okay, you're fine, and you lose a point of stress. So don't change it. You're on 8. Okay.
Okay.
He's clearly lying to you.
Yeah.
You click the safety off your SMG.
Yeah.
But nothing else happens. And you look at Birch as he says to you, everything's fine, the captain's safe, I'm going to go get him.
Birch, he's not coming on this ship, but can you take control of the Pandora to fly
Absolutely.
behind us?
Absolutely.
I'm going to disconnect the airlock as soon as you're off.
That's fine.
Okay. Metzger?
That's fine, but we'll need control so we can pilot the ship.
Yeah, Birch.
Yoland Rutani won't be happy if we don't bring this back.
I have no intention of commandeering the Pandora. My only intention is to rescue the captain.
Yeah,
Okay, no, that's not what I said, Birch.
He's remaining on the ship.
no.
I'll fly
no.
alongside.
I'm saying, yeah, you need to give us control so we can pilot.
Fine.
Okay. So you're going to walk through the airlock.
Are you giving us control so we can pilot the ship?
Well, yeah, you're in control of this ship.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've walked out of the airlock. It's you guys are letting it dock. He's
Yeah.
going to go. He's going to the airlock. It's docking.
Yeah.
He opens the airlock. He walks out into the corridor.
I want to close the airlock behind him.
Okay. Airlock closes.
Yeah.
You walk down to the intersection. You open the thing. Go into the Pandora's
Okay, as
airlock.
soon as he's through, retract the airlock.
Okay.
Retract the docking thing.
Okay. So you retract your docking arm. So you're now in the Pandora's
Okay,
docking
yeah.
arm.
And as soon as he's doing that, I'm basically turning the ship around.
To go away.
No. I'm pointing the autocannon at it.
We'll maintain distance.
Okay. You walk through the corridor. The airlock ahead of you opens as you approach, and inside the room there is a vast array of black tendrils crawling around the walls.
Definitely not creepy.
And what would you like to do? There's like a chamber with like this black stuff like crawling around, and it's almost like it's beckoning you and calling you in.
I will, however, can we still comment?
I say, I think
You can,
we go
come.
on comment.
Yeah.
What's the situation?
Yeah, Birch, what do you see?
Everything's fine over here. Can I gain access to any ship systems?
Well, the whole thing looks to be like one big system.
Then I'll interface with it.
Okay, so you walk into the tentacles, and they kind of start to wrap around your body, and for a moment you have a flashback to when you were alive, you know, and what it felt like to be alive. And even though you're a synthetic, this strange substance seems to be able to breach the gap between biological and technological, and it almost makes you alive again, and you feel a sense of euphoria and a sense of joy. And suddenly you and Captain Epscamp and a strange entity that has lived for millennia are one, and the ship are one, and you're aware of another creature, another technological creature nearby you in the void of space, and within it are small, fragile, biological creatures, and you are interfacing with the ship systems. You are aware, however, the jump drive of the Pandora is no longer working, almost as if it was something happened to it before,
As if someone deliberately blew it up.
possibly. You can sense that the captain's nexus, like where he probably finished up being alive, was the engine room.
I've got a 22 on my pilot check.
Can I communicate with Epscamp?
Sure. You are Epscamp.
Okay. So why?
We are here.
Okay. So
We
we
need
so
to
we
get
need
back
to be.
the worlds. We need their drive. We need the power to leap between stars.
Okay. I'm gonna. Attempt to override control of Conrad.
Comrade, so you're going to try and like remote hack it.
Yeah.
That's going to be at disadvantage.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going to say, can we kind of do something?
And
'cause
you
we
guys-
were where he did that
It's a
before.
contested
Nexus.
roll. So it's you're like waiting for this to happen.
Yeah, we
So
so
we'll
kind
have
of waiting for the
Actually, it's not
inevitable
disadvantage.
betrayal.
What we're going to have, what we're going to have
You
is-
didn't need to read my thing to know that, did
what we're
you?
going to have
I
is-
know you're the android and I've seen Alien.
Hey, come on, it had to be. So we're going to make a roll where we do an opposed computers roll
Yeah.
versus a
Hacking roll. So this is intellect. Did you say I'm at disadvantage though?
No.
Yeah.
Because you're doing an opposed roll, it's just a straight opposed
Because
roll.
I'm trying to slow him down long enough for Blake to go
So it's intellect plus 15 for hacking.
with the
Yep.
autocannon. Because I bossed
Okay.
my pilot check. To
I
go.
don't do plus 10 for computers
Okay.
as well, do I? It's just 15.
No, it's
Right.
just the 15.
I'm just trying to hold him off.
Okay.
Yeah, I passed.
Okay, so what did you roll?
22.
38.
I did get a crit, but it was lower than his. I don't know how that works.
That is
You
something
keep
that
hitting
needs...
22.
You're good at that.
Check them.
They do like 22.
Right. Let's see.
22.
This is a good...
Blake, what are you doing?
This is a good thing to check.
Birch, what are you doing?
Opposed checks.
I'm not going to
Critical
respond.
hits beat regular successes,
Oh no.
even if the critical hit is a lower roll. Okay, so as you manoeuvre the Conrad
trying
around,
to handbrake turned it.
there's some strange
Or going-
energy. There's some strange things going. Strange energy signature in your engine room. You get on the gunnery systems, and, you,
I will fire on you.
and as you do that, a little laser communication comes across to try and hack your systems. However, Metzger, you deftly seal
literally
off
just,
the subroutines.
Shutting down all external stuff.
They are resisting us.
It's like pulling the plug. They're trying to hack us in. Take them out now. We don't have time for this. I'll just say frantically trying to
What
reinforce
weapons do I have
things.
on this ship?
You've got an autocannon.
Okay, I'm going to fire on them.
But don't,
Okay. The captain says to you, "You should merge with them."
Blake, fire.
No. This is a threat to our existence. So we destroy this vessel.
But we destroy the ability to jump between stars.
We're 3 weeks away from their homeworld.
By jump drive.
This is
We destroy this
no, that's
vessel.
jump. That's like with jump. That's
How
with your
long can
jump
we
drive.
survive?
Forever, but it will take us forever.
It takes as long as it takes.
It's like a love story. Man.
You are us.
It is. I'm not quite sure how much time they
We
have
have
before
waited
while you're
so
pulling.
long, though.
It's very fast communication.
Are we going to have a bit of autocannon?
shoot.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
going to
you can
say,
shoot.
while they're having
As
this
this is
conversation,
going on, suddenly your ship. Make a roll.
Do a barrel roll.
5.
Takes a hit.
and I'm going to be trying to position us to keep away from them.
This is going to be a bit of a narrative combat because I feel like this is probably getting to the conclusion of our one shot. So you've successfully hit, like autocannon fire drums into the side of the Pandora, smashing part of the hull. And as you watch, you see this black
kind of-
substance
Yes.
come out
Yes.
of the hull and start to gather around it and almost try and knit it together. But it starts to reach out towards, across the gap between you.
We're on full burn.
You're gonna head away.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna head after them.
Just keep firing. Hold down that trigger.
No? Okay, you're gonna let them
I'm
run.
gonna let them go.
Okay. So you guys run and you start firing.
While holding, full reverse,
Yeah.
holding down
Take
the trigger.
evasive action.
Sure. But you know that part of you is on their ship.
Part of me.
Isla is still clinging to the side of their ship as they head off. Within the cryotubes, there are still a part of you.
Can I communicate
Not with the cryotubes.
with Isla?
It's very difficult, but you get a feeling and a sense of, I will watch, I am here, I will wait. You guys burning away from Big Red. Look, checking your cryotubes, you can see that they're all locked up
I think we
tight.
should void them.
There's a slight. You're a bit worried about your engine core because you know your engine room because you know that Strong was down there coughing and spluttering, and you also know that there is someone clinging to the side of your ship. But you full burn, and hours pass, and there is no one tries to get into your ship. There's maybe whatever it is has fallen off the exterior of your hull.
Can we
You
scan
have, Bert, you have been absorbed into this creature, this living entity. You are now within the heart of it. You and the captain have this equal drive and courage, but also cold, hard reason that you bring to this new. And this creature is glad for what you bring to it. And you are amazed by its ability, as I said, to bridge the gap, which has been done so clumsily with your body between the biological and the technological. And you set a long, drifting course for Earth. You guys, you're on your ship. You're heading back. What are you going to...
Can we scan to see if this thing's still on the ship?
You scan and you can't pick up either on the ship.
Okay, we should void them in space, we'd kill everyone.
Is Isla still on the ship?
Well, they're not
Even
doing
if
it.
these guys don't realise it. Okay.
Do you want to seriously bring that stuff back to people?
They're our crew, and we can probably undo what's done to them. It's just some kind of infection.
You saw what that ship did, right?
Yeah, and they're not doing that. So if there's still a chance to save them, then I'm not going to let them go.
Well, you're in command, but I think that's a mistake.
Noted.
So the
Can
two
I-
of you are on the ship. I assume you're going to set up shifts. You got to fly for a couple of weeks to
yeah.
get back to Weaver Station.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
going to fly back.
You're going to fly back.
And I want a routine check of the airlocks to make
All-
sure that...
Yeah,
nothing's
I will be
breaching.
constantly scanning for that stuff as
Sure,
well.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I think, if you don't mind, we should finish with a acting captain's log
Okay.
from Blake as he's settling down for the night, one night, on the way back to Weaver Station.
Okay. This is Acting Captain Blake, former security officer of the Conrad. We awoke... How long was it? Like a couple of hours? We awoke several hours ago from cryosleep. Shift B, myself, Science Officer Metzger, Technician Strong, and Skiing Job.
We
Android
prefer the term
Birch.
artificial person.
Ship was empty, apart from another technician locked in the airlock. He seemed to have some infection. The second assistant technician was dead. He had his head bludgeoned with a wrench. He also seemed to show signs of infection. We secured both of them in cryosleep. We were docked with the ship, the Pandora, responding to a distress call. We believe the captain, Scamp, was on board, but also heavily infected. Other science officer, Isla, is clinging to the side of the ship, we believe. I don't know if he's still there or how that even happens in vacuum. He's not wearing an evac suit. We're on our way home. Conrad out.
Cool. Okay. And I think we'll end it there. It's getting a bit late. Yes. Yeah, so that was... I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. That was Mothership. I didn't kill everyone. Didn't kill anyone.
None of us died.
No,
in fact.
no, but there was
You were like,
opportunity.
"What
There was,
simulators?"
right?
there was opportunity for it. There was brutality. There was horror.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed that one.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. I really like the rule system.
Did we say what our secret stuff was?
Yeah, if you want to tell your private and secret stuff.
Yeah.
So my personal goal was to protect as many of the crew as possible, so I didn't want anyone to die. My secret knowledge, though, is that Birch was slightly defective before his last upgrade. I don't know what it was, but I'm very distrustful of
So
him,
you
as I
knew that I
trained-
was defective, but you didn't know how.
Yeah.
and I had trained as a blade runner before I joined the Marine.
Oh, no way! You were trying to retire me, man.
Anything else?
Oh, yeah, I didn't like how Metzger stared at my skull.
Stared at your what?
Scar.
Oh, your skull.
So he better watch himself. So I was kind of prickly with Metzger anyway.
Yep.
I knew that
I think
Isla
you
was a
played it
drunk.
Oh, so I was right to capitalise
Sorry,
on
you-
that.
Isla was a drunk.
Yeah.
And but Upchurch and Wolf Shield, like, they're lazy, but I was like, they're fine. They're fine guys.
Alright, so I actually applied to be a technician on the Pandora. But before I applied to the Conrad, but was turned down due to a psych evaluation. The cut-offs being higher on the top priority missions. Again, I knew that Isla had a bit of a drinking problem. I was a bit of a sadist. So I had the tendency towards humiliating the intellectually inferior. which I like to remind everyone that I'm smarter than them.
Hard to know where the role play starts and ends.
So the Weeks in Space made them borderline pain experimental. So that's why I didn't care about seeing people suffering at all. And your scar was fascinating. My personal goal, which I didn't do despite my best efforts, was to witness the death and survive to enjoy the memory. I did try.
Oh, that really is sadistic, isn't it?
Dark.
Yeah, no,
I went a bit dark on that one.
I did try, but
Yeah.
Oh, proper sadist.
Yeah.
Okay, so my private knowledge was I was concerned that my extended periods of downtime had inhibited ship efficiency, and I believed the captain had ulterior motives to keeping me powered down so often, and I believed that Blake could be a good replacement for the captain if anything were to happen to him.
Which did well. I like that.
My secret knowledge was that my recent update informed me that the ship, so the Conrad, had been sent specifically to track down the Pandora, which went missing several months ago. Nothing was known as to what happened, and it had taken the Conrad longer than planned by the company to reach the destination. And my personal goal, unsurprisingly, was to ensure the Pandora was boarded and whatever alien unknown element aboard it was retrieved.
Cool.
And I don't know, but I'm hypothesising that I adjusted the cryotube to incubate the contagion in Wall Shield.
Yes.
So I was responsible for the sabotage.
Yeah,
of
you
the
just didn't know
cryotube.
about it. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Cool. Okay, so that was Mothership. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment below what you like, what you didn't like, anything like that. I'm hoping that this game wins bigger the Ennies because I really enjoyed that. I had a feeling I was going to enjoy that.
Do with the
So
setting
many-
as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's all in this little book. You don't.
Well, I think you described it like a framework.
Yes,
earlier.
exactly.
It's like a framework, and then you put the setting into it.
Exactly.
There's so
That
much
was very
sci-fi to draw from as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I was getting bits of Expanse and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a massive Expanse fan, and that's so much down this line and this avenue.
Campaign.
Yeah. So if you guys like that and you'd like us to do like a short campaign or something, and I figure something else out, then we can have a think about
Well,
that.
I was thinking maybe we could just continue this story.
We could do.
I want to know what happens next.
We could do.
It'd
We'll be a little bit more awkward
Or
now we know each
You
other's
could do it with new
motivations.
characters though.
Yeah, yeah.
You could do it with new characters.
Investigating what's happened with this story.
Yes.
True.
Exactly. It would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like
yeah.
another you've heard about this goings on and what's going on. Anyway, so please don't forget to check out all our social media links below. Please check out the Tuesday night games links below as well. Go and check out Mothership. It is freaking awesome. Check out the free downloads of all the sheets. I mean, you can just go on their website and start having a look at these sheets. This will give you a feel for the game. And if you're just a player in someone else's campaign, you can download a load of free stuff that will give you what you need to rock up and be ready to roll.
Is it just that book? Basically?
It's this book. It's like $15.
Oh, that's excellent, isn't it?
You know, from if you're in the UK, from Melsonian Arts, which is where I got it from. I've pre-ordered Pound of Flesh, which is their expansion for space stations, more classes, more kit, more skills.
Is
more
it set in
things.
Venice? With a name like that, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So please go and check out all the Mothership stuff. It is awesome. I had so much fun coming up with all those things, seeing you guys play that you played them really well. I really loved that. That was really cool. Anyway, thank you for watching. Go check out our links below. Go check out our other shows. If you're new to the channel and Mothership has brought you here, then please go and check out all our other shows. There's loads of stuff we do, so please have a look. And please consider supporting the channel through our Patreon. The more people who support us, the more we can do. All the kit and equipment, all the games, all the dice, all the stuff, just makes it a better experience for you guys. And we really appreciate everyone who supports us and helps us support Diabetes UK. Anyway, that's probably enough from us tonight. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you soon on Garblag Games. Bye-bye!
Bye.